Hello, everyone, wave. Welcome back, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the World of Ashenfell, Episode 5, Season 3. We're back with the crew. Jen's back, going on this adventure. Jen, take us away so that we can all introduce ourselves, our characters, and whatever question you would like to subject us to.
All right. Hi, I'm Jen. I will be taking these guys to the world of Ashenfell, and I will make sure to ask an appropriate question that I'm thinking of. Which class within the D&D world would you date? Blood hunters are included in this, as they are technically an official class.
The jammy class doesn't count since we're using them.
Yes.
All right.
Well then, hello, I'm Martin, or Pingmon on the internet. I'm playing Orr. He's a Skylancer. It's a martial class, class by Jammy, a community member. If you'd like to find out more, please check the Discord.
Oh, it's for playtesters.
Yeah. I think 1.0 is out now, right?
Yeah, well, no, it's still not quite 1.0, but it's close. We're getting there.
Almost 1.0
Almost.
of the book that the Skylancer appears in is out. And Orr, my character, is a Skylancer. And I would... Realistically, I don't like conflict. Me as a person, Martin, so I don't think I date many of the classes except for Bard, because, you know, I like music, I like writing. What's not to like in that? So that's me.
Fair. That's fair. Hi everyone. I'm Emma, humming on the internet. I'm playing Jorah Dan. He's our Eladrin glamour bard, Fey warlock, mashup, all-round disaster gay. And if I was dating any class, personally, I'm very ace arrow, so like nobody is the answer, but probably druid, I think, because I like people that are a bit, one with nature, a bit of a green witch myself, so I feel like I would vibe the best with a druid.
Hi everybody, my name is Smokey Dixby. I am the Gaming Malamut here on the Twitch platform. I will be playing Zev Burnhammer, the Warlock, Fey Warlock of the other Fey Warlock of the party. I would. It's kind of a toss-up between Wizard and Barbarian for me, mainly because I like the intellectual types, and I also like somebody that will be able to protect me. But that's just me.
So, thanks everyone. Hi guys, my name is Val. This is my channel. Today I bring to you Daphne, our disaster gay witch doctor. So that's what she is. She is a half Eladrin. As far as myself, we all know I have questionable taste in men, so I'm dating paladins. Just like if.
Because they can take
leave
care of
room
business.
for Jesus.
Take care of business, leave room for Jesus.
I didn't say clerics, I said paladins. Like, there's a difference, okay? But let's be real, like, when you date a paladin, you get one of two types. You get the best kind of person or the worst kind of person. There's no in between, and you have to just gamble with it. Like, you could end with an Oath of Devotion paladin or Redemption paladin who is amazing, or you can have a Conquest paladin, and then you're like, whoops. Like...
Path of vengeance.
Right? Then you're like, whoops. Also, it just tends to be like most of, including my husband, like, they end up all playing paladins, so that is just like, at least that's with my men taste. My women taste is probably just, a wizard or a sorcerer, as a sorcerer myself. Like, both are different. I don't have questionable taste in women. So, with that, hey guys, just to let you know, this is a viewer-affected game. You can affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations to this channel for 100. Every 100 biddies on this particular game, you can do a reroll to anyone here in the party. So, or you just add it to a pool and we use it as we wish. For every subscription to the channel, you can give us greater healing potions, and donations to this channel through coffee or through Streamlabs will give us nat 1s or nat 20s. If you do go through coffee, my alerts on coffee are a little like wonky. Sometimes they appear on my browser, sometimes, or my computer, sometimes they don't. So you just have to you just gotta tell me. But yeah, I see Lich gave us 100 biddies, so I'm gonna add a potion to our pool. Not a potion, a reroll to our pool to use for later. And we'll disperse it unless he gives us someone in particular. But that's what's going on. Another reminder, I am matching all of my sub points this month of October with $1 donations to Extra Life, because we are right in the middle of our Extra Life earnings. As of right now, I think we're at 20, I thought we were at 24, 25, or somewhere between 23 and 25. My goal is to get to 50, so I have 4 streams left, so make this happen, guys. And with that, let's get started. Jen, go ahead and take us away, fam.
Alright, so last time you departed from Beltane's Health, concluding your mission with the diplomacy group that you were tasked to talk to, give an update to, and departing, you wandered through the New Wine Forest, and upon reaching the borders of Dragonwall, you notice a blockade of sorts, a checkpoint, a border control, for a lack of a better word. And while you were ready and geared up to go through, only 2 of you managed to actually pass the stark inspection given by the border control, and you all came to the conclusion as 2 of your companions were whisked away to dungeons below the wall and border control posts, that these were vampires set up possibly by a newly controlled dragon wall under the... You're not sure which leadership. You've been given a few names, but you know there's multiple people at play here. So whoever's actually in control, you're not sure. But deep as one part of the party, Jorah and Daphne are waiting in a cafeteria, kind of off to the side in a town near the border control, contemplating and waiting for Beltane, the archfey patron of Jorah's, to give back some good news. 2 of you are waiting in the cell, closely watched and monitored by 2 vampires, and they keep watch on you, quietly, silently, haven't taken your tools, and just are waiting.
We're just sipping on our chai lattes at the moment.
Right? I'm so, like, as we're, like, waiting, and I know that you got off the horn with Beltane, Daphne is gonna be like, so, what did our good Fae say?
Well,
I'm a poet.
You're a fantastic poet. I admit all of your talents and your way with words. Yeah, he said he's going to try to get some paperwork to suggest that Orr is a citizen of New Wine. He said that should be easier, I guess, because he's already got official stuff about Orr having rescued him before.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's going to try for Zev, but it might take longer. So, I guess...
So we're stuck waiting here until this gets done.
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
I don't know.
I'm glad, listen, I'm glad that you and I have our heads together, because they'd be lost without us. I mean, they're already in prison. Like, could you imagine if we weren't there and if we weren't smart enough to go through border control like normal people?
Yeah, there's going along with the plan and just being a silent acknowledged partner to it, and whatever that was. But
You know.
did you happen to notice you know the people?
Oh. The well, considering my profession, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Remember that thing I said I don't like to deal with?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that whole spent several months in the Shadowfell thing.
Uh-huh.
That was a thing. Still having... Hold on a second. And she kind of just starts to, like, fan herself because she's just getting, like,
I'll take out.
flashbacks.
He absolutely has a fan, and I'll just like.
Oh, man. Does Jorah just have, like, one of those fans that comes out that says iconic on it?
Yeah.
And he just... Cool. Like, I'm down for it. Like, I'm down for it. Like...
Yeah, it's interesting that, I mean, we figured there would be a change of leadership in this fine country after what we saw when we left.
We did see a undead,
Yep.
So it's a fact
And
that
multiple shadowy, yeah. It seems like they've literally pulled from that one place you holidayed in for a little while.
I bet there's... Like, part of me is just incredibly curious and just wants to, like, sit with one of these new fine members of our leadership and talk to them, but I'm wise enough not to do that right now.
Well, I'm glad that
So
we have
I will
the
just
wherewithal.
observe from a distance.
Yes.
And be
think-
perceptive about it.
Yeah. Is it safe to say, Jen, that they are not like in close proximity, that they're over there? We're like, we've put a little bit of distance to where they were.
Yeah, I would say
Or being vague.
football, both in the American and non-American terms, that length
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
between.
Yeah.
That length.
That length. Okay.
Because it applies in the same yard with
Mm-hmm.
both sets of games.
Mm-hmm.
It does, yeah.
Everything
Well-
they agreed upon.
And is there anything, if there are people around us, like general members of the public, do they look like your average citizens, or are we getting shadowy vibes from anyone who is here?
And make a perception check.
Okay, I can do that. Oh, a 13.
13. What you can gather, there's a noticeable sense of gloom around you, but there's not so much as if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't notice it. It's more of, the best comparable thing I could give you is Edinburgh to Aberdeen in the
Okay.
wintertime.
Okay, yeah, I feel you. Okay, I'm going to, it's subtle because it's not much about myself. It's mostly ends of hair, freckles on my face, that sort of thing. Just get rid of the things that show that there's Eladrin in me, so that I'm fully embracing that soul that was thrust upon me when I was born, and embrace my Shadowkai looking side.
Alright. You definitely look more of your Shadowkai nature as these freckles and your color sort of shift and drain. You don't really notice any undead in regards to the vampires. It seems to be more of a local hangout rather than a
Okay.
police bar.
Okay. Has everyone gone goth though? Like, are we?
What do you mean gone goth? Like, like, wait, we weren't?
Dragon Ball? No, Dragon Ball. The people of Dragon Ball. Does
Okay.
it feel like that there is
No,
a more?
not so much.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels oppressive, but it
Mhm.
doesn't
Okay.
feel.
Yeah. He'll let his eyes
It's
go.
a very subtle change. Like
Yeah.
if you weren't looking for it, it's
Okay. Just feels gloomy.
Yes.
Okay. Seasonal depressive syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Argo.
It's when everybody starts wearing the high vis colors, and you know, oh yeah, the dark's coming in. It's that time of the year.
Yeah. As someone who gets 4 hours of daylight when it's wintertime, yeah. I'll make sure my eyes go fully black as well, like instead of the green of my alleged self, and just kind of do like a to Daphne.
Mhm.
Well, I
Blending in.
mean, you're, do you plan on doing slam poetry anytime soon? Is that,
Yeah, I can do. I will.
because that's what
embrace-
you're kind of giving off. I mean, it's cool and all. I'm not, I think I look human enough to not really worry about it.
Yeah,
but-
blend in with the crowd.
But if I have to, hide my natural highlights or something, there's always something in my repertoire that can do that. I don't know if I have disguised self. Listen, I ran around looking like a dead person for a while, okay? So, I think I'm okay. But I got your
Alright.
back, otherwise.
All right.
Hmm.
I just figured it's worth I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
Here's
we'll
to waiting for Beltane. Maybe he'll like the change. No, I don't think he will. You never know.
I mean, if he likes you, he'll support you no matter what.
It's very true. Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. So, I mean, cool. Cool. Well, I guess all we can do is wait, which, I mean, I guess the question is how long, what kind of timeline are we giving ourselves here before, like, we are in a position to where we have to move on?
Once Beltane's notified us about the paperwork, hopefully he'll tell us if he has a bit of a timeline.
Okay.
And then once that's dealt with, if he's like, this could take a week, we might as well go find this guy in the meantime, but we can wait.
That's true. We could. Well, I mean, we should at least give them the benefit of 24 hours. So,
Yeah,
let's
plus I
just,
feel like,
let's keep our noses
or
clean.
is not the kind of person that's going to do well in prison.
No, he's definitely not. The other,
He doesn't like
Zev's a
being
pirate, so
cooped up.
it's probably not his first time in prison.
Quite possible.
So let's just keep our fingers crossed.
And our nose is clean.
Clean.
I say as I pull a bottle of Fey whiskey out for you for your coffee.
Alright, well,
I
Daphne and Jorah just vibing until things change.
Yep. As you're drinking, the scene shifts over to Or and Zeb as you are being watched by these guards, and you hear somebody coming down the hallway, and you hear them say something in. What languages do you guys speak?
I speak Common, Minotaur, Celestial, Undercommon, Abyssal, and Dwarvish.
Common, Elvish, Draconic, and Aarakocra or Primordial.
Okay. It is in a language you both don't understand, but you eventually see the captain of the guard kind of stand in front of your cell and just look both of you over and just tap his thumb against a set of keys on his belt.
Hello.
He gives a nod.
Are those the keys to our cell?
They're the keys to every cell.
Oh. They're
Any
very
partic-
jang.
Any particular reason you're tapping them?
He thinks for a moment, just thinking.
I don't think I've ever done that before. Can you tell me how it works?
Oh,
He quirks his eyebrow. I have a proposition for both of you.
This is the same guy that put us in the cell, right?
Yes,
Okay.
same guy.
Thanks, Evan.
I will
Just
let you go
Oh, thanks.
Oh, okay.
if you do something for me.
Oh no.
What are you thinking of? I can hunt down some birds for you.
Or
I can.
or
Yeah?
just
I
let
play
him
a
speak.
mean game of Dragon Ante. Sorry.
Just let him speak. We're willing to hear out this proposition of yours, but if it'll get us our freedom, I guess we're in no position to refuse. But
No. You see him smile as he kind of paces towards another cell, then comes back and stands in front of yours once more.
cocky some bitch, I say under my breath.
I want you to give me information. It doesn't have to be now, it can be later.
Is he still under the assumption that my name is like Craig Yura or something like that?
As far as you know.
Okay. Depends on the information that you need. We're both very well traveled, but we don't know everything.
I don't need to know everything, I just need to know what you know. Since you are very well traveled, I will want to know what you see in the world. My post is quite limited to this section, and I fear I don't get to see much of the world beyond this border.
I mean, I see a lot of clouds, but if you were to give me, you know, more of an idea of what you wanted to see, I can spot out pretty landscapes and waterfalls for you, if that's what you're interested in.
Can I insight check him? Does he seem genuinely curious, or does it seem like he has like an ulterior motive to this?
Yeah, roll insight.
Oh, that's a 7.
He seems genuinely curious about the world beyond the borders. I would love landscapes, especially big ones, important ones.
Big ones, important ones. Well, I mean, I've been to some big ones. I mean, the ocean's the biggest, flattest place I've been to. Do you want me to tell you about that?
Same here.
No. I want you to tell me about landmarks, such as cities, things that people would value as important. Dragon Wall is fine, but once you see 3 or 4 landscapes of importance in the city, it's kind of boring, if you understand my meaning.
A little. What people think is important. I mean, most people, what's important to them is their families, their businesses. Is that what you mean?
Or I think he's looking for places that he hasn't been to and would like to explore one day. Places like Marble Marsh.
Oh, well, it's nice to travel. What are you looking for? I don't understand what you think important. Speak plainly.
Tourist things. I'm sure there's a government building people can tour here and there in other countries.
I'm sure there are.
And can I will give him. I'll give him a general description of Marble Marsh. I won't give him all the information because I don't want him to because there's something in the back of Zeb's mind that's saying he's probably gonna try to invade it. But I won't give him all the information I know of Marble Marsh, but I will give him like a general limited information, like here's where the bar is, this is where the center of town is, this is that and the other, you know?
Mm-hmm. He listens and nods a bit. Interesting. And have you been to the library in Winterdale?
I don't think Or has been to the library in Winterdale. Only
I doubt
Olivera.
Zev has.
You've been to the library more.
Oh,
That's where my dad works.
isn't that an Albury?
It's in Winterdale, but yes, Oliberry is the capital where
Oh.
it sits.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've been there once or twice. Lots of books. What what do you want to know about it?
That's not the
What's-
library that Beltane runs, is it?
No.
It's
Okay.
a bookshop.
Tell me what it's like. How people get in. Through the front door, magical gates.
Or before you answer,
Yeah.
why do you want to know?
I already gave my reason.
That's very specific information you're asking for, though. If you're looking to go and see it for yourself, you don't need to know all the ins and outs.
I do. I'm very meticulous in how I plan things.
A planner. Just like me.
Yes.
I plan what I have for breakfast each and every day.
Or
I do too.
Or we just had eggs yesterday for lunch, breakfast, and dinner.
Mhm.
That's not.
It was
that's
wonderful.
That's not much planning, especially if Daphne is the one that made it. You know.
I plan for Daphne to make all my meals. She's the best cook.
She is. She's great.
Well, I mean, I think there are doors. Or scratches his head trying to remember. Doors. Maybe something else. Give me a while. I'll remember. It was a while ago, and I had some, things hit my head a while. Do you want to come back at supper time, or maybe at lunchtime? Can we have eggs?
While this is all going on, I'm still doing my best to get through to Mimsy and see if I can reach Daphne.
Reaching through to Mimsy, there doesn't seem to be a connection there.
Tell me, friend. Because that's what we're doing here. We're getting to know each other a little and the places we come from. We're friends. Why specifically the library in Winterdale? I can point you to other libraries. I'm
No,
sure.
the library in Winterdale is the all-knowing library.
Would I
The
know
goddess, you would. The goddess Ayun's temple there, and I'm a big fan of hers.
that? Do you
I don't
worship
like her. I mean, she's very smart, but
She's also a grade A bitch. From my understanding, anyway.
There's a small pause as you see. Well, the tenets of Ayun are very specific, but she is kind and loving.
well, she's kind to most.
She's kind of the most. We'll say that much. I mean, there are other places that are specific to Ayun around the country. Would Zev know that?
Yeah, but this is like the temple, the temple in Utah for Latter-day Saints.
Mhm.
It's like Jerusalem for,
Yeah,
I love that you used that comparison.
it's the Vatican. This is like Vatican City. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Vatican, yo.
I love that you used that comparison.
Well, it's the most American comparison I could think of.
In the back of Zev's mind, he knows that the library, from what Joris told him, he knows that the library is where we're heading because that's where his father works, right?
Yeah.
And I guess Zev doesn't want to give away that information so easily, but he's not sure if.
As far as you're concerned, he's very trustworthy.
Can you give me a minute with my friend here?
Of course. He steps back and stands in line with the other guards.
Oh, Zeb, I'm so excited to get a chance to spend some time with you. We haven't done that in ever. What's up?
I'll whisper as low as I can, but to a point where only Or can hear me. You know that this place is where Jorah's dad works, right?
In the library
This place he's asking about.
or nods?
You, I think it's important to Jorah that we don't give away all the information that we know about this place. I don't know much about it, but if you know more about it, then I wouldn't give away everything.
Aura is gonna wink at him and say, "Don't worry, I'm really good at playing dumb. But remember, I'm only playing."
Zeb will just pat him on the head and just say, "Of course you are, buddy." But if it'll get us our freedom,
I mean, depending on your perspective, we were either never free or always free. So I don't think he can give us their freedom.
from prison, or
Oh. Yeah, that may be right. Either way, I'm excited for eggs. Being a prisoner with information has its perks. Might as well enjoy them.
yeah. Okay, I'll turn us back around and say, Or has has information. I've never been to the library myself, so I wouldn't know. I don't know much about it, but
I have lots of information. It's just a store up here.
Zep will just put his hands in his paws like, oh god.
Or turns to Zeb and, "I got your back, buddy."
He's so precious. My my request, if I may, if we give you this information and it earns us our freedom, we just want that to be the end of this. We don't want like a tail. We don't want somebody following us. We're not.
You'll have none of that from me or mine.
I mean, if you can make me grow a tail, that would be pretty cool.
Or you
That would
have
be
a tail.
amazing.
Or you have a tail though.
Yeah, I have tail feathers, but no, I kind of want like a real tail, like a cat, or just laser beast.
Or like mine. I'll turn around and just whack my bull tail a little.
Or just the whole instantly falling in love with cuteness face. I love it.
It's not much.
It's so tiny.
The captain of the guard interjects information.
Yes, of course. Information. Or is going to hold that out of his hand. Eggs?
Oh, or
What? I'm hungry.
just I still have my jar of mystery food, or that Daphne made us before we left her place.
We're making a trade deal. May I have some eggs, please? I'll remember better on a full stomach.
You see the guard captain starting to turn away. I don't need to deal with this. As he starts to leave.
No. He will tell you everything that he knows.
I will?
Please. Or
Okay. For you, Zev.
not like what we discussed, but like
Okay. Well, if I remember correctly, in the entranceway there's a outside there's a big courtyard, and there's steps up to a big gate with columns. I don't know how you call them. Dorinthian? I don't know. But there's big gates. I've never seen them closed. Is that what you want to know?
The guard captain pauses and then gestures to say, as if to say, go on.
Okay. Well, I remember going in, and there were a couple of desks in a big, what's the word? Lobby. That's the word. I knew what it was. And then you go in, and there's like trees and stuff inside, but I have to think more to remember more. It was quite a long time ago.
He turns his attention from you or to you, Zev.
Mm-hmm.
Information?
I already told you I've never been.
Anything else?
I'm really trying to be selective about the information that I give this guy because I don't particularly trust him. Um, all right. Trying to remember the forest outside of the forest outside of. Oh, I know what to give him. All right. So I will tell him some information about some of the places I've been to in my seafaring days.
He listens and nods, and you see him look pleased by the information, but he turns away and says, I will see you in a few hours, as he leaves.
And
Oh,
if you want to
no.
break some bread with us, we could have a picnic. No, never mind.
Or I think that went well.
I think so too. Although I do hope he brings eggs.
Let's play a game, or and I'll pull up my Dragon Nancy set.
Okay. But we're betting push-ups this time.
Sure, buddy.
Or nods.
As you're left there, we go back to the other group. And as you're sipping on your chai lattes and whatnot, you do see a rather unique blonde elf kind of wander in and sit at your table and set out a few papers. He looks up at you and quirks an eyebrow. Well, it's not my favorite disguise, but it'll do.
It's a lot less handsome than your normal face. I've gone for the subtle approach.
Oh! Hi!
Yeah.
I
Careful
would be
about.
careful. Shadow Kai are the Raven Queen's favorites, and who knows what the slot will enjoy.
Oh, that's true. Maybe I should. I look around. Is anyone looking at us right now?
No, nobody's really paying you much mind.
I'm gonna go like complete 180 opposite direction and go full spring Galadrin and fully get myself pink and greens, the whole spring palette. Better.
He smiles and nods. Oh, it's the best I could do on short notice.
Right. Does it apply for both?
It does, but if they look into it, it's not going to hold up well.
Okay. Well, it's all we can really use at the moment.
He shoves the papers towards you and looks you over and then looks to you, Daphne. Well, things are just more interesting day by day.
Be less vague.
He looks
Oh,
across the cafeteria and says, well, I've only seen 2 countries conquered and reformed in my lifetime.
Yep. And we've been to both of them now, I'm assuming.
You have.
Maybe it's like following us around. Maybe we're revolutionary spirits and we didn't know it, Daphne.
Excuse me.
You're
Allergies.
welcome, Daph.
I think I'm allergic to
To
bats.
Yeah.
They're adorable and everything, but
That
Sometimes
guano,
they're
though.
it's their
Yeah.
or their spit when they clean themselves. Wait, that's cats. um, but
It's definitely
mhm.
interesting. Also, those who are operating on the border patrol are a little. I do like motion for fangs.
Batty.
Batty. Yeah.
Well, not my favorite thing to deal with, but
So
But,
it's fascinating nonetheless. Well, all we really need to do is pass through, right? They're less likely to check us on the way out.
right.
yes, leaving's not going to be the issue. It's
No.
entering.
Yeah.
So the question is, like, with this paperwork, are we gonna have to flagpole with our children, or are they gonna be able to just get in?
Just make sure they know how to present papers, keep their mouths shut, and you should be through.
Okay, let's.
Okay.
I guess we should take care of that. Should we sober up first, or are we're just you know what? Let's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So this claims their stats. Do you think this is going to be enough for us to try and get them out and moving?
Perhaps. Depends on how good the guard captain is.
We have to make a very, very good lie to why we have their papers and they didn't. Was it just accidentally put into our bag?
Well, we said we'll try and get papers. We know that this you know, they don't carry papers that prove their birth around with them, which is their error. They don't travel very often out of the country, and that we would try and get it. So they do know we're trying to get paper.
All right. Well,
So we just need to go and be like, hey, we managed to acquire these. Hopefully they suit. Sorry again for the inconvenience.
I'm gonna let you do the talking.
Okay, yeah, that's
I'm just gonna stand there and
look pretty.
Well, look look average.
Hey, you're beautiful.
Thanks. You are too.
Oh, I know.
And as Beltane is just sitting there.
He knows too. It's fine.
Just doing it. So like, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we should get this over with so that we can get moving. I mean, I want to be as far away from, you know, things that might trigger me as possible. You know, bats.
Okay, let's do this swiftly. Thank you again for the help.
Yeah, thanks. You're so cool. We appreciate you.
He smiles and shrugs.
You've earned a reward, and I pat his cheek.
He laughs and says, I'll see you in Winterdale. As he gets up and pulls on a cap that he didn't have before and just leaves. You're not sure where he got the cap.
There goes my man.
Okay.
We're lucky to have him.
Yeah, let's go
Okay.
let's go
Yep.
talk to the gods.
Diplomacy. I stand up and
I am going to let you, God of Diplomacy, do
I...
your job, and here for your support. I will not Zone of Truth the bats. Because that's a bad idea.
Yeah. I feel like casting any spells will be an error. I should probably, and I'll put myself back to my normal face, because this one when I was coming in, it would be a bit sus to suddenly not look like that anymore.
With the exception of maybe just regular things on yourself, like that a normal spellcaster traveler might have, like, you know, protect yourself against good and evil, things like that. But I don't think it should be a problem.
No, we'll it's fine. It's fine. We'll be fine. Come on, let's go. Disaster gaze, and I go fist bump.
Disaster gaze.
Like, right or die, bitch.
Let's do it.
And I will, yeah. go with papers in hand back to the
Okay.
border patrol.
Alright. You head back and you see the gates again, and you see the guards have doubled since you've left. And you do see the guard captain kind of flipping through some papers off to the side, and you realize he has a very clear view of the line. Yeah, almost perfect view of the line from where he stands, and you can also tell from the angle he's very hidden from you. He's in a position where he can see but not be seen.
Yeah, smart. Sorry to interrupt. Might we have a moment of your time?
He looks up and smiles. Ah, the trespassers. What can I do for you?
Ooh, associates of trespassers, to be fair. My paperwork stands up. We have acquired the documents that we said we would for our 2 traveling companions. Apologies again for the inconvenience and whatever trouble they may be giving you in the depths below.
It's alright. All is forgiven.
Oh, that's good to know. Is there any more that you need of us?
Just the paperwork.
Here, yeah. I'll hand it over.
He takes it and looks through it, marks something down in his book that he's been writing in, nods a bit, and looks over a few names, writes some more down, closes his book, hands back the papers, and says, "It will be up momentarily."
Thank you very much. You're very efficient here. Might I just compliment the way that the system is running? It's impressive. It's difficult to organize this sheer size of crowd.
Daphne nods in agreement.
Strangely enough, once you've enforced a few organizers and lines, people just love to queue.
Some people are very good at it, yeah. I've had to organize a few social gatherings before, and let me tell you, organizing the door for that is difficult enough. Never mind a whole border. You have my compliments. I will let you go with your duties.
He nods and he waves somebody over, says something again in a language you guys won't understand, and he dismisses the underling and hands over a set of keys before the underling leaves, and just stands there observing the line, writing a few things. You see him efficiently direct several people just from where he's standing, and you are deeply reminded of a very well organized guild up in Dragonwall, and organized by a very grumpy human man who just likes to smoke his pipe and be left alone.
Bless his heart. Can I do a quick check of the line just to see who is entering at this point? Not that I'm necessarily going to know them, but in terms of like profiling, what sort of people are entering here?
Yeah.
I'll roll up perception for you if you want.
Yes.
An 8.
As far as you can tell, just merchants mainly. You know, it's a merchant road, but you can't really distinguish between a well-off merchant and somebody who sells tea for a living. You're not sure.
Yeah.
It's the East Indian Trading Company hasn't taken off here yet.
No, I'm all about the Fey whiskey at the moment, so I'll just step to the side with Daphne.
East Indian Trade Company was a bad thing, people. Anyways.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
But after a moment, you, Zev, and Or are eventually let out of your cell and directed upwards to the same path you came in.
How many push-ups did Or have to do for losing the dragon's ante to me?
He doubled all the push-ups he did, so probably about 100.
All right, so we're being let out.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever happens, just let me apologize to.
Apologize? I had a great time.
Yeah, but this was my fault.
Fault? What? Why does there have to be fault? I think it was, I gained, what's the word? Experience. I put lots of people in jail in my time, but, I really feel for them.
Yeah, but you got your tools taken away.
Oh, that chisel and hammer? They're cheap. I can replace them.
That's
But
fair.
but the guard who took them away from me, mark my words, I will do something very rude to him one day as revenge.
Don't say that while we're being let out.
Oh, okay. I won't say that. I will definitely not do anything rude
Don't
to
say it.
him.
Don't say that
Like
as we're
stick out
being
my
let out.
tongue.
They might put us back in.
Oh, well, then I'd get to see him again. I assume we're at this point coming to the surface.
As the door opens, you are let back up onto the surface and are led to your companions by the guard. And you see the captain standing near your companions, writing things down. He looks up at both of you and smiles. Have a good and safe journey.
Oh, thank you. You too. I mean, you're not taking a journey, but thank you.
Aye.
Good day. Good luck with the rest of your.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's usher them through.
Once we're like
fast.
out of earshot of everyone, Daphne is gonna like put her hands on her hip and just like tap her feet, and it's just gonna be, so did we learn our lesson for what not to do when we're crossing borders to other countries? I don't want to repeat because we have other borders to cross.
Oh, I got it.
I was expecting this.
I got it.
This was
Don't cross borders with Zev. Is that it?
wow.
Wow.
Or this was your idea as much as it was mine. Yeah, it was my fault we got put in jail, but this was yours idea as much as it was mine.
I mean, I love crossing borders with you, but
As
Throw
long
me under
as
the
we have,
throw me under the dang bus.
as long as we have learned our lesson and realized that we cannot always go where we want, how we want, and sometimes we have to toe the line and act the part.
Yeah. Again, it wasn't a rhetorical question. I'm asking.
Yes, I learned yes, I learned a lesson, and and Zev will prostrate himself. He will bow as respectfully as he can to the rest of the group.
Oh wow.
And
there wasn't really any.
I sincerely apologize for all this. This was my doing, or bless his heart, he tried his
Valdrianth
best
power up R.
to negotiate our freedom.
oh, thanks,
About
Zev.
that,
Well,
we
yeah.
need to have a discussion when we're not in town.
What do you mean? We got your paperwork, and that's why you were released.
No, there was another discussion, and we need to talk about that.
Sure. I mean, Zev, it was really nice to spend some time with you.
It really was, or although you might want to rest your arms after doing all those push-ups, my dude.
It's okay. I have some work to do to catch up on my arm strength. Kinda
Yeah,
looks
what with
at
all the
it, so-
gods you've got to like arm wrestle.
I'm not losing again. Or
I
something
know.
serious.
Yeah.
I won't
Well-
let it happen. I promise.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daphne.
You're welcome. I'll lend you my
let's-
glove.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
thanks.
assume we're at a fairly brisk pace walking away from all of this
Yeah.
into the yonder. Yeah.
Yeah,
I assume
there's
so.
there is
Yeah.
indeed a discussion we need to have when we're not in earshot of vampires that can apparently walk in the light of day.
Bats. Call them bats. Okay.
Bats.
Yeah, we've been
We're
they're bats
co-wording.
in service to the new
Bat
leadership
board.
here. Yeah.
Oh, I love bats.
Oh,
They're
I don't-
very tasty.
Oh, do you think it's like a bat lord that? Okay, never mind. That's I have a funny feeling there is a reason for why we should maybe we'll hold that. But I think we're out of earshot for the discussion on what chats were had in the belly of the beast.
Are we?
Yeah, you are on a merchant road, but it's busy enough that people really won't be paying attention to your conversation.
And we're away from the border, but
Yes.
yeah.
Somebody tell me right now not to buy these dinosaur sheets that came onto my Facebook feed. Like, I'm sorry.
Don't buy those
Absolutely
dinosaur
buy them.
shoes.
Buy them. Do it.
Don't- don't do it.
Unfortunately, there
Roar.
isn't a queen, so.
There
Ah.
you go. Decision made for you.
I know.
Yeah.
I was in some
we can-
DMs. Sorry.
we can-
Sorry.
Yeah, it's alright. We can pull to the side slightly, speak in hushed tones, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We can find
Alright.
a pub somewhere where no one is really there listening.
I feel like if we're like really wilderness and we're not even in a building and there's
Oh
nobody.
yeah, let's go camping.
That's what time of
So,
day is it, DM?
So are we?
It's pushing about late afternoon at this point.
Afternoon. So we'll stop for lunch.
Mhm.
Let's stop for lunch at the side of the road, so that we're somewhere quiet. Nobody's there, but we don't have to divert at all. We'll just chill.
Mhm. We can I just kind
Was
of
I
like
drunk?
retcon a couple things and say like, maybe while we were waiting, I just went to a little market to get some fresh vegetables and stuff for us for lunch.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I assume if
Yeah.
you have the food supplies, you've done shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just start munching on a carrot.
Oh, those are really
Go-
good for
go
your
on,
eyes,
friends.
by the way. Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So
Advantage
you
on perception
travel
checks for the rest of the day.
about, I would say another hour before you can stop for lunch.
Okay. So we'll power through.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure. Not like we're a little tipsy from all of the whiskey that we've had, but we're fine.
Mhm.
Like,
High functioning.
So-
We're good.
yeah.
So me and Aura are the only sober ones right now.
I am
High function.
drunk
You can't. Yeah.
on the feeling of being able to spread my wings out.
You can't usually tell with Jorah. He's at peak performance when he's a little blazed. So he seems entirely normal. You wouldn't tell.
But like, Zev, while we're walking, because I'm assuming we're still in town.
No,
While we're
we
No,
walking,
you're on the
Zev-
road.
We're on the.
Oh, we're
fully
on the road?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
all the same, Zeb's gonna be like keeping an eye out because he doesn't feel after that talk he doesn't feel 100% confident that we're not being tailed.
Your perception.
Daphne makes avocado and cheese sandwiches for everyone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Is it
that's
like
the one.
crumbly feta?
Yeah. It's more like Swiss cheese.
Okay.
Oh, the dice are being mean to me today.
As far as you're concerned, you're not being tailed.
So are we in a? Do you guys feel like we're in a safe spot where we can
Yeah.
have a discussion?
Sure.
Sure. As safe as we'll ever be.
So Jor, remind me, just as a quick recap, your father works at this place that we're going to, right?
Yeah, he's one of the guards there. I kind of grew up in the place.
Yeah, he was the Captain Sparklepants back there.
Hmm.
He was asking about the Winterdale Library.
Oh yeah. I told him about how the entrance looks. It's very pretty.
He was
interest-
asking about a lot of specific stuff.
Yeah, he wanted to know about all the places, the pretty ones and landscapes, because he can't leave his guard post much. It must suck. I mean, at least when I was a guard, I got to travel around the city. We rotated precincts often.
He was lying about that, by the way. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
You wouldn't know. Your
Well,
insight
Zev
was
is
too-
assuming. Zev is assuming.
Your insight was too low for you to know that.
I think. Okay.
So
I-
asking.
He was legit asking about the Winterdale Library specifically and how to get in, how many guards are posted here, there, this is that and the other. It was really, really specific.
Did you give them any of that information?
Or did.
I mean, I told them about the entrance, the main entrance, because I didn't know about any other ones, right?
Give me a moment. I'm gonna quickly write a letter because he's not trusting anything communication wise.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, hey dad. So you may not know this, but Dragon Ball seems to have some vampires under its belt, and change of leadership. It's all very suspicious. They've been asking a lot about the library, specifically how to get in and the guards. Can you quietly let people know that this could be a problem, given that Oliberry was one of the ones that defended itself well from an attack? They might be trying to bust in. Blah 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 blah. Right, so I'll give the details of, and list the information that Aura might have told them, fold it up, and then use Galder's speedy courier to mail it off to Daddy.
All right.
Shouldn't call him Daddy. To my father.
Yeah, you send it off, and your courier jumps to and speeds off out of sight.
Okay, that should.
See,
You should have that now.
He was telling us this because something about he loves Ayun and he likes he's a big fan of hers and this is that and the other. I didn't quite understand it all.
Oh, that is such a lie.
I figured as much. Not everybody likes Ayun, but
I mean, it's not just that. It's like,
I'm not one for faith usually, but Ayun's pretty. She's pretty okay.
and
I mean,
yeah,
you know.
it's not that, like, it's not the whole issue of, like, nobody liking Ayun. Like, clearly there's an entire, country / city dedicated to her. What I'm saying is, it's a lie that somebody like that, and I don't mean to be, like, racist against bats, but I've been to the Shadowfell, and I know what they like in the Shadowfell, okay? Like, that is a ploy.
Yeah.
Okay.
They might be planning for Cork Massacre Mac 2.
Yeah, right.
I've given a heads up to my dad. I guess it's the most we can do right now.
I just thought it was important that you should know because
Oh,
he
thank
Yes,
you, for sure.
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, I don't think I gave them any information they wouldn't have without just looking at the temple from the outside.
Yeah.
Do you think, Seth?
No, you as long as it's. I mean. Yeah. No, it should be fine.
do you have any
Sure.
reason
Yeah.
Should you give your dad some information about the silence and what to look for?
Yeah, maybe.
Jordan, do you have any reason to believe that the library specifically might be a target?
Yeah, it's the yeah. It's the absolute heart of Oliveri. It is the heart. It's the grand temple to Ayun. It's a
But Albury wasn't the only place that survived this madness, is it?
yeah, of the ones that were attacked. Yes, because it has a defense mechanism for the city itself. They're maybe planning an infiltration from the inside. Maybe.
And I mean, the only other place that was really also saved was Lorness, because...
But it wasn't really attacked. It wasn't really attacked.
You would also notice that Rose Wyvern survived and the Twines survived, mainly because they were able to preempt the attack.
Yes, so they were still attacked. There was still an attack that happened, and Oliveri seemed to have prevented the attack from really taking hold because it went into its defensive cocoon. So they weren't able to get in a traditional sense. So, yeah, not everywhere has been taken over the way that Dragon Ball seems to have been.
DM, how many days out are we from where we currently are to Albury?
To Ullaberry, you're about a 3-day trek currently. If you stay on the road you are in.
Well, I can tell you one thing for sure. Attacks that are coordinated like this are usually organized or planned by either one person or a group of people, and you won't stop them until you find them. That's for sure.
I think we had an opportunity to stop them more, and we had our backs against the wall. Us two specifically.
Fair, but generally they aren't on the front lines.
Yeah, it's enough information to know that they were interested and it's being passed over in a timely manner. What they choose to do with that is going to be up to them, really. We'll just have to hope for the best.
Sure, it might be best to keep an extra eye on our backs for a while, because like I was trying to negotiate while we were in there that we don't want somebody on our ass,
Mm.
and I'm not 100% confident that's the case, you know.
Yep, I mean, even just with what we saw back there with the bats, I'm gonna be on high alert the entire time we are in Dragonwall.
I'll have Mimsy keep it. Where is Mimsy, by the way? Oh, frick, Daphne's gone.
It's Mimsy's fine. We just need to expedite our travel as quick as we can.
I
And,
tried to
and
reach you guys. I couldn't. I couldn't reach Mimsy, and it was just.
I feel like a prison at border control is probably going to have major blocks on people being able to just like bounce in and out. So all magic is probably pretty warded in there.
Yeah, I figured.
Well, we can only do our best, and I say we nip on with haste.
Okay.
Do you
Yep.
have haste?
No, but I have a very wonderful horse. So
Let me roll a series of things real quick.
mm-hmm.
No. Good.
DM question.
Hmm.
At 7th level warlock, am I supposed to have 4th level spells? I thought I was limited to 3rd, but I have 2 4th level spell slots for some reason on my character sheet.
Should.
At 7th, you'll have 4.
Yeah. Because
I
it's a 2-4-1 scale. If you're
Yeah,
7th level, you'll have 4th and below.
Yeah, well, he'll only have 2 4th because he's warlock.
Yeah.
We only get 2 spell slots. As someone who's played a warlock for the past 4 years, yeah.
But spell
you get those
slots
2 and those
scale,
are your...
yeah.
Yeah.
Spell
Okay.
slot
so they
scale with a half-life if you see it as. If you're 6, you
Yeah.
only get access to 3rd. If you're 5th, you'll still only have access to 3rd. So
Okay, I just kind of noticed it. My bad.
So I'm assuming you're traveling the 3 days straight through to Oliver.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I didn't roll any counters on the road, so you don't have to
Okay.
worry too much about that.
I will be tiny hutting it every night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will I'll keep an eye out with Mimsy doing as an extra pair of eyes, making sure that we're not being followed and we're not getting tailed.
Before gets a sense that people are looking around, he'll keep his eyes peeled, and he'll call out, "Hey, Skuas, I know you're around here. If you say anything, just squawk and let me know."
Nice.
All right. The road is a merchant road, so it is guarded and well protected. You can roll a perception to see if you are being tracked through these 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So
Can I also
3.
have done a quick scan when we get to the coastline where we might be able to see at least a profile of Dragonmall to see Cork, sorry. See what Cork is looking like as well, if that's all right.
So 3 separate perception checks or just one?
3 separate ones.
Oh, good, because that first one was atrocious.
Yeah.
17. I rolled a 1 and a 20 with that one. Hey, yeah, 1 success at 17.
12, 22, and 21.
Overall, you don't believe you are being followed. You do get a merchant that follows you half of the trail, but then kind of splits off and seems to go to Cork. It's more of a case. They're traveling the same direction
Yeah.
you are. But it's hard to tell if anybody's following you. It's a merchant's road and lots of people are on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And was Cork looking like from a distance much as it always did, or
Roll a perception with disadvantage.
okay?
The little bay that you stand upon, you know, if you stand there on a good day, you can see Cork and you can see the castle. But it's foggy today, and there seems to be a low storm front rolling into the bay, obscuring the view.
Nuts.
In my days as a pirate, would I have been to Cork at all?
Not by sea. It is part of Calamity Bay. You would need a specific ship to get there.
All right,
You could
because
have gone by land, but the bay it sits in is for a different type of ship altogether.
right, that's the bay with all the leviathans and krakens, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the shores you sit on, the shores of Winterdale, Dragonwall, River Castle, and Rose Wyvern never been invaded. It's because of these sea monsters.
But like you said that I've been to Cork on land.
You could have been.
I could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's probably a shithole anyway. Wait. But we make it to the border, right?
Yes. And again, you have to queue for border control.
I don't want to make the same mistake.
Yeah, we're traveling through. It's fine. You guys are my entourage.
Just whatever you do, don't do transformational magic right in front of them, please.
We're good.
Or you enabled it. You don't get to judge me. You enabled it.
Well, I didn't want. Oh, whatever.
You approach the border, and you do see the pale guards. Some of them with white hair, some of them with blonde, black, brown, red. But again, you do see a very curious-looking guard captain standing there, watching you with a pleasant smile on his face. And he looks to all of you and says, "Well met."
Well met. I trust your day's gone well.
It has.
Wonderful.
He holds out his hands. "Papers, please."
There we are.
He rifles through the papers, marking down things in his notebook once more, and once he seems satisfied and hands everything back, he closes his book and smiles warmly and pleasantly. "Do you have a good day?"
You too. Just home turf. Home turf. Woo.
So we're home free.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're across the border.
Yeah. I'll travel a decent way and then possibly pop off ascending to my pops.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Dad, hopefully you got that message. Home free into Winterdale now, so we're maybe, what would you call that, Jen? Like a 2-day travel?
Two-day travel.
2-day
Yeah.
travel. 2-day travel away from Oliver. Everything's still standing, everything good.
You hear your father come across, and he's like, "Everything's fine. You still with that fancy boy. I really don't like him. He seems very colorful, and I don't know. I don't think he's a right fit." And you hear the sending cut off. But he's rambling.
We're Eladrin. I'm pretty sure colorful is in our. Anyway, yes, I am still with the fancy lad. We should have a meal sometimes. You can get to know him. He's a good guy. glad everything's okay.
You hear him answer back, yeah, I know we're Aladdin, but he's just,
Extra.
there. And your mother seems to like him, but I don't know. He dropped some stuff over for me, and I mean, yeah, it was good, but in the sending cuts off again.
Oh, Dad.
He doesn't seem to understand the concept of a sending spell. Just that he's getting messages and he can respond.
Yeah. Like to everyone. Oliver's still good, so.
Good.
Everything's still standing?
Yep. My dad doesn't like my boyfriend.
Your dad sounds pleasant.
Yeah. He's a good egg. Good news though, they're top of their game, the guards in the library. So
Did your dad say anything specific about upping the security?
no, he just said everything's good.
He's
I don't want to. I don't want to go into specifics on the off chance people are.
I mean, I'm just saying, a lot
Yeah,
can happen in 2 days.
I know. Yeah, no, he's fine. He'd let me know if they did. The letter made it clear the kind of threat that we're dealing with here. So if he felt something was important, I'm sure he would say.
Oop.
So yeah, we're okay for now. Anyway, let's.
Daphne, what do you have to say about all this? No, I'm kidding. So we've got a 2-day travel, right? From the border to Albury.
You do.
Wait, was the 3 days from where we were to the border?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was like 2 days from I thought it was 3 days from where we were to Albury. Okay.
I'm
No,
excited.
Yeah, we've got 2 days to get through to the city, but
I'm excited to see the city again.
yeah, hopefully we have more cookies when we get there that we
I
can
was
actually
thinking
eat.
exactly that.
Yeah. Jim, I'll make sure you get your own special batch.
Good, because he ain't getting any of mine.
No.
Jim peeks up and he's been sitting in a saddlebag and he just kind of has a pink bonnet on his head. You're not entirely sure where he got it. He's just like, it's been weird as he settles back down in the saddlebag.
Yeah, I know, buddy.
But as you travel forward and make your way towards Hollyberry, you eventually see the beautiful city of Hollyberry, the gemstone to Ayun, and its glistening, beautiful high-rise that seems to frame the skyline in a perfect way. You do see the blue tiled roofs glinting in the light, the white walls and stones that make up the city as a whole. And not so long ago, the memory of the prophet lowering and raising the city, and the threat of it crashing down upon you.
Glares at R. Yeah. So often I feel like time to go home and get mother done and everyone being real elf, but I'm really glad to see it now. Nearly dying will do that to a person, I think.
For sure. All
Okay,
things
or-
considering.
You're safe now.
I am. Thank you.
Sorry. I didn't really think through the whole dropping the city. I just saw, last time with the person on the top with the
Mm.
floating. I I just wanted to do some good, and it didn't seem right. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You did what you thought was right in the moment.
I'm sorry that so many people got hurt.
Yeah. But hey, nobody died, I don't think. Did anyone die, Jen? Did we get told if anyone died?
Other than the prophet, not really. There's a lot of structural damage, but
Yeah.
that's to be expected. But other than that, nothing major to life loss, other than the loss of the prophet's life.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody died.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm not so good with guilt. I'm better at, dealing with other people's guilt.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. And you empathized a great deal with that child, and it was a difficult thing for us to see and to witness. And it's a concept that's hard to wrestle with, but um, you know, everything turned out okay in the end.
I'm glad.
Yeah. I there was a moment where I had like a minor heart attack at thinking my parents might have died with it, but
I'm
they were okay.
stupid, but not stupid enough to kill your parents, Dorian. Don't worry.
I mean, dropping the city that they're living in. No. Um, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. It's
They're
fine.
yeah. I
Hmm.
I appreciate I appreciate.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Anyway, let's maybe go and I can just not mention that inside the city.
Yeah.
Your
Uh
secret's safe with us, or
Thanks,
yeah.
guys.
yeah.
And it's a beautiful city that's been through a lot, and they'll rebuild after that. So look
Good.
at look how beautiful it is. Like it's already recovering. Let's
We're
But
go
gonna.
see.
as you reach the town, and you do
Yeah.
see an uptake of guards there. You do
Uh.
see some guards are only really called out for major emergencies, and it's weird to see them because their garb is in stark contrast to Ayun's traditional garbs.
Mm,
These are red and black in nature, and they are almost would be described if Jin could actually wear heavy armor. He would look something like this, as these are elves, these are dragonborn, they are buff,
oh,
they are tall, these are fully kilted out in full plate armor, wearing these colors you're not used to seeing in the city.
does it still feel like there's an insignia of the city on them?
Roll a perception check and then roll a religion check.
Okay.
I'm curious as well,
Mhm.
uh, as to what these guards are about.
Yeah.
Did it both? Yeah, 18 and then 15.
Uh,
18. Um, you do see there's no regalia of the city on it. In fact, there's a distinct lack of the regalia of the city. And as you look through it, you notice these colors, strangely enough, are the colors of Tiamat.
I'm gonna walk past them quite casually and be like, "Hail, friends!"
They glance to you and give you a quiet nod before they continue their pose. As you enter into the city, you do see the vestments of Ayun, the city elves that take up guard here. You do see as if there's almost a contrast between the outside and the inside, as if there was a agreement between these two factions that have occurred over your absence. And you do see Ayun's guards wearing, again, the full plated armor, her colors all over, and the very noticeable three-eyed structure on their breastplates.
I'm gonna
Yeah, because we don't.
gently meander over to um, one of Ayun's guards, the ones I'm familiar with. Nice day for gardening, isn't it?
They give you a look, quirking an eyebrow.
Sorry, I'm not very good at conversation. How are you?
Move along, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just looking. Never mind then.
We'll get our answers elsewhere, or
Okay.
because I know that we don't actually have like a military, right? Because my dad's not like a soldier. He's just got like he does guard duty
Yeah.
effectively. They don't
Loomberry
do.
doesn't have a standing army.
Yeah.
It has a. It's basically the Swiss Army of the Vatican.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Okay.
got lots of
Technically
knives.
technically a standing army, but it's not a
Yeah.
standing army.
No. Okay. I'll move in and then ping a message to my mom first of all, because dad might be working. I know that my mom might be working, but she's easier to speak to when she is working.
Yeah.
Hey mom, I'm in town. Got a few questions. Can you meet up to talk?
You hear back, of course, I'm on my break. I can meet you at the central location, the center of the city, where the beautiful fountain is. The one with the mermaid all over. I do love that one. She starts to ramble.
I miss it too, mom. I'll see you there.
Ta-da.
Yeah, he's got such hippie parents. I love it. Gonna meet my mom first of all. I figure we might get good answers from her. If dad's working, he's harder to get access to. So I'll lead the party to the fountain.
And you do. And the fountain is a very large fountain. It has a mermaid kind of centered in the middle of it, surrounded by sea life of various sorts. It's curious to see such a dedication to a sea god here, but it seems to have indications of knowledge and information, and you get the sense that's why it's here, because it contains knowledge that is offered to everyone. And as you arrive, you see your mother sitting by the fountain feeding what you think are pigeons, but you know these to be worse than pigeons. They are raptor gulls, and they have sharp teeth and are very much like gulls. They will beak the food out of your hands.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Proper like slap you in the face as they fly up. So.
And bite you while they're at it.
Yeah. So she looks like she's very autumnal in her colors. There's lots of browns and golds and oranges, and just looks like a good old hippie lady and a cleric. So she's probably got. Is the three girls like a tree sort of motif?
Yeah, it's a
Multiple
tree
trees.
motif, and they're a bright red in color to more fit the autumn motif.
Yeah.
And even though they are considered a lesser deity, they are very much loved within the city.
So I'll go give her a big hug, first of all.
She hugs you back. It's a big mom hug, and she kind of fusses over your hair a bit, smoothing it down, smooths your clothes, and then turns to everyone. Hello.
Hello again.
Friends.
Hello again.
Hi.
Yeah, this is required one. Last one, required one. Also, the man isn't here. Anyway. Quick question.
Yes.
Tea about Hirschbras?
Oh, yes. Look. She looks around and sits back down, continuously feeding the raptor gulls. Amarian knows their leader, and she thought since we don't have an army of our own, she could bring in some security. They've been very polite and have come to pay toppings to my temple a few times. They've been very generous.
Okay.
So far.
Yeah. I mean, everything with a pinch of salt, am I right?
There is this wonderful blue dragonborn that I had the best conversation with yesterday. You would have loved him.
Oh, you're not trying to set me up with somebody, are you, Mom? I am taken.
No. That's just,
Okay.
he was very nice and very sweet.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm not one to judge people's proclivities when it comes to that kind of thing. It was a little jarring to see. I'm sure you can understand.
Yes, two opposing gods side by side is quite jarring.
Yeah, especially given what has Dad updated you on what's
Yes, he's told Marion, thus why they kind of came into service of the city. I
okay.
suppose it's better to know the devil that you do know than the devil you don't.
Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes, and I'm guessing Tiamat doesn't particularly care for this intrusion upon her domain.
No.
No, I mean,
Well, it's quite the eye-opening trip we have had. Someone was asking a lot of questions about the library, which I hopefully Almerian has buckled down the security inside the temple as well.
Oh, yes, there are two red dragons outside the library now. They're
Whoa!
just gorgeous. Oh my
they're
goodness.
really
Like big ones?
they,
Yeah.
I don't know how old they are, but they're fairly big.
God, nice.
Listening
to
to
go
all
see
this,
this.
Zev is just getting the slightest sense of worry in his stomach that his mom is just that Jorah's mom is just going to try to pluck some of his fur.
More worried about Daphne.
Yeah. Uh,
Listen, Daphne is wise enough to not ask red dragons for their body fluids, okay? Like, but that doesn't
Unless you've got
mean
something really good to
Without
trade with them.
asking. Without
that
asking.
doesn't mean she doesn't want to see them, because she definitely does. Like,
So you and Dad are safe.
Of course, I mean, the city's been safe for a while. There are precautions against Tiamat's ilk, naturally. Um, we've come to an agreement and we expect them to follow it. If not, Lorness again will be at our backs in a matter of days, and I doubt Tiamat's armies could tangle with the likes of them.
Yeah, they're pretty hardcore. They, yeah, it's nice that we have them on side now, huh? I only had to, like, kill a... Listen. I mean, I called you the night before, obviously. I'm glad
Yes,
that...
you had us worried.
Don't worry, I protected them.
Yeah, you did,
Good.
yeah.
Hey, but anyways, it's good to have you both, all of you, here. Even if things are strange and unusual.
Yeah. Do you have room for us all to buckle down in our home?
Yes, come on. And do tell me about your travels.
Oh, yeah. Well, business is booming, by the way. I feel like I need to get a branch, like a little, like, stall here in this town center. What do you think?
If you talk to Marion or the city planners, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's just ice cream. What problem could they have with that?
Zoning laws.
Sure. I'll look into that. I'll have my guy on it.
She smiles and pats your cheek. Do bring that handsome lad back to visit. I would love to get to know him better. Your father's a bit iffy about it as she leads you to your home.
Yeah.
He'll be back in a few hours. He was called away to the library for some things, but the repairs and everything have gone well, and he's resumed his normal duties, and
Okay.
he's happy for it.
Awesome. Well, the I know that Belton is hoping to be here in Oligar. He said he'd see us here, so maybe we could all have a meal together, everyone. What do you think? A nice big cookout. Daphne's a whiz in the kitchen.
oh,
He
are
is.
you offering me to cook for people?
Yeah.
Do
Okay,
you want to? My kitchen is full and stocked.
then yes.
Do you need sausages or anything like the like?
Well, it kind of depends on what y'all want to go ahead and have for dinner because it depends. Um, it really just kind of depends on what. Also, I'm pretty sure there's a bot in chat. I'm sorry, I need to block this. Like, just no. Like, if Lich, if you can handle that, that'd be appreciated. But as far as Daphne goes, well, what do y'all want to eat? Because I'm pretty wizzy at a lot of things, but I do best with wild game. But if do you want something of a vegetarian status? Do you need something sweet? Do you like something starchy? Like what are our preferences here?
I
I
eat
mean,
everything.
Are you asking everybody or?
Well, the people I'm cooking for, yes.
I
Um,
I mean, if you want, gazing at the raptor gulls. I mean, they look kind of appetizing.
no, they'll be
you
rizzled
don't
with
eat the
pests.
raptacles.
You
They taste
No.
horrible.
you don't
Oh,
eat
okay.
stuff
Thank
that
you.
eats things you wouldn't eat.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
yeah, or
offensive.
they're
Yeah.
the rats of the sea. You don't want to eat those.
I mean, pigs
You'll
are
get
very
sick.
tasty. But you're right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Um,
if we're going all out,
what a
like
big
a
roast
a,
dinner.
a nice haunch of mutton would be nice.
Mutton.
Mutton's out of season. There's no lambs at the moment, but
Roast dinner.
You know what?
Big chicken.
Yeah, a roast. Is there a goose? Do we want a roast goose?
Yeah,
but
alright.
I can get some preserved lamb and some goose.
I'm feeling goose. I'm feeling goose is where we're going here. Some
Oh,
goose.
I'm actually
goose
liking
fat
the
and roast
idea of
potatoes.
this.
Yeah.
Roast fat potatoes.
Yeah,
Yes.
goose and roast potatoes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Alright. And
yeah.
Daphne,
she
is there anything you need me to gather?
Well, I mean, you can go and help with the shopping as I get like the prep work and stuff done. Like, clearly, someone needs to get me the goose. Like,
oh, do you want to pick out your own goose or do you want
you
me
know
to
what? I definitely. That's a good idea. Let's go get this
Daphne, I'm
goose.
sure I can get your goose.
Mm-mm. I'm gonna go pick out a prime goose hen. Okay, like
You are really excited about this, Val.
goose is delicious.
It
Yeah.
is. I agree.
um
I'm. Yeah.
but you see your mother kind of diverge from the path to your house, and she sharply takes a turn left and walks into a few blocks before you find yourself in a market. And
Ah, yeah.
she leads you towards a butcher shop, and you see a very nice display goose in the window, like Christmas goose, big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We best of the best, Stephanie. Come on. This is a
This
treat.
It's
reminds
already
this rem-
dead. It's not like live geese that we're going to pick from. It's already prepared geese, right?
Mhm, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, she's definitely gonna like kind of examine each one and like look at the method of which it was plucked and which it was butchered and things like that because you know she's and the size of it, it's like what can she stuff inside.
Mhm.
We're gonna have to have a dressing.
Yeah, make a investigation check for a goose.
Okay, well that's a natural 17 on my investigation. I think I have a +1 on it. Let me check real quick. uh yeah, my investigation is +2, so it's a 19.
19. You find a really nice goose. You think it was probably made this morning, butchered this
Mm-hmm.
morning. And it's what you would consider, I guess, 15 pounds worth of food on this goose alone. It's proper Thanksgiving
It's a
turkey.
good goose. It's a good goose.
It's a good goose.
Daphne is gonna take this goose and she's gonna slap it. And she goes, "I can fit so much stuffing in here."
Your mother looks so pleased that Val knows how to pick a proper goose, and
Daphne knows how to
seems
pick a proper
Yeah.
goose.
she seems to nod in approval, and says, "I will pay for everything. Don't worry."
While
you-
they're
Aw, Mom,
looking,
you're the best.
while they're looking at the goose or geese or whatever the plural that is, can I do some looking around elsewhere and see if I can find some proper vegetables that might go with or some proper side pickings and stuff that might go with this meal?
Sure. Yeah, it's a market street, so that's easily enough done. Roll a perception check.
Perception?
Mhm.
Okay. That's odd. 24.
24. Yeah, eventually you do find a stall about 3 shops down from the butcher, and it seems to be a root vegetable store. And
Any good potatoes? Do you have potatoes that we can boil and put in a pot and roast them with a geese, my good sir?
It's a woman selling this
My
stuff.
good madam.
She looks up and nods. And she says, you can buy it by the pound or you can buy it by the singles.
The what now?
Singles.
Single.
Oh,
Singles of
singles.
one.
I thought you said sigil.
Mhm.
Hold a moment, and I'll send a message through Mimsy to Daphne because I'm pretty sure Mimsy's still in Daphne's pack. At this point, how many potatoes and root vegetables do we need for this meal?
I would like 6 potatoes and very large potatoes, and if you can get like a pound of Brussels sprouts. I'm at the butcher, so I'll get the bacon.
Carrots.
And carrots. I
love
definitely
carrots.
need a green bell pepper or 2, and
What about,
the largest onion that you can get. Yellow onion. Don't give me no red onions. I need a big old yellow onion. Like she just keeps like listing off like different kinds of things.
I know exactly what you're going for here, by the way, because my mom makes this all the time for Christmas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Daphne
I like
just
that Jorah and
cooks.
his mom just look at each other in solidarity about carrots. It's like, yeah, carrots.
Good
yeah.
honey carrots. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will ask the madam in front of me for 6 of the biggest potatoes she can manage.
Okay.
A yellow onion, because you said that these are all root vegetables here, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think I'll be able to find Brussels sprouts here. I might have to look elsewhere.
If you ask, she could probably find somebody to go get them for you.
If you don't mind.
Yams.
Some yams, please. Are you speaking into Mimsy like you're speaking into your
She's
microphone?
holding up Mimsy and like yams.
But she sets you up with a crate that holds about 5 pounds of vegetables, everything you want, and will charge you about 5 gold for the entire lot.
Cream of
I
mushroom.
will give her. I will give her. I will give her 7 gold.
She takes it and pockets it.
Just for great service.
She
just for
smiles
her
and says, "Thank you."
Oh, you're very polite. I'll just throw in an extra gold.
She takes it and tucks it away.
And on the way back, I actually wanted to look for I wanted to on my own look for a blacksmith, if possible.
All right. It's not here in the market ward, so you will have to leave the market ward to find a blacksmith.
Okay.
You can roll a perception once you leave the market ward to see if you know which direction to travel at.
I'll send another message through Mimsy to Daphne, letting her know that I'll meet up with them in a sec. But I wanna look for a blacksmith. I'm gonna let her know I'm gonna look for a blacksmith real quick.
Okay, but I need that onion, like...
Mm.
Look for the big column of smoke.
Yeah,
Uh
I'm gonna need an onion. Like, that onion and that bell pepper is just an immediate thing that I need.
oh. Okay.
Like,
I'll be back soon.
mhm.
It's not gonna take me long.
Of course, the first thing when Daphne gets home is start a stock. Like, she's gonna take essentially the giblets out of this goose and make a stock
Mm-hmm.
with, like, the giblets of this goose. And of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
she has, like, chicken feet on her, so she's just gonna put
Yeah.
the chicken feet in there as well.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You can roll your cooking proficiency at advantage because you will be having help from Jorah's mom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cooking tools. What
Just because
skills...
she knows the kitchen a bit better than you,
Yeah.
she's helping you.
What,
She knew how to keep her boy well
what
fed.
skills should I
Yeah.
be using my,
Wisdom,
wisdom
because
save?
it's knowing how to measure things, what goes
Yeah.
together. I would say cooking is a wisdom-based
Cool.
skill.
I had it.
Yeah.
Alright, cooking tools at advantage. I got some hot sauce. Wow. Okay, not the greatest, but not awful. It's a 15.
Okay, yeah, you can start this, and from what you've started, it's a good stock. And you know, with it stewing over a number of hours, it'll just get better because that's what stocks do.
That's what stocks do.
So wait, are we making a stew or are we making a soup?
I can use the stock for, like, anything.
Okay, just making
Like,
sure.
what do you think I'm gonna, like, cook the Brussels sprouts in? Like,
I just want to make sure because if we're going whole Creole on this, I want to make sure we're doing it right.
listen, Daphne and
Yeah.
Val knows what's up.
I know what's up. Smokey knows what's up.
Yeah.
Zeb might not, but
As
Smokey knows what's
we
up.
are going towards the district, what did you roll for your perception there?
That's a natural one.
The city is unfamiliar to you. You become lost rather quickly.
Can I ask somebody if they can point me in the direction of a blacksmith? It's not crucially important, but I would like to find one if possible.
Sure.
I'll approach somebody. I'll approach the nearest shop that I can find that looks like it'll be that shopkeeper that looks friendly.
Right. As you approach and you see from as his back is to you, you see a red-headed elf, and as you turn, you see Beltane as he folds his arms across his chest, tapping his arm lightly.
Oh Lord, hey Beltane. What a coincidence seeing you here.
It's not a coincidence.
Mhm.
It's
Well, I
purpose.
knew that you were coming. I just didn't expect to see you here in the shop.
I will tell you once Zevran Burnhammer, captain of his ship, lost to the wilderness. Do not fuck with what's mine.
That's not my intention, and you should know that.
Good. You may
I
have
will-
my sister's blessing, but you are in my realm. I control this plane.
That's all
Anything
well and
happens to my warlock, to Jorah, to Daphne, I will make sure you never find that ship of yours. I don't need to be cruel. I can just be a very talented buyer. Anyways, I'll see you at dinner. As he walks past you.
Hold it.
He turns.
Zev will first and foremost bow respectfully to Beltane. Thank you for that enlightening, and I thank you for getting me and Or out of that sticky situation. Indeed, there was a bit of a mess, and that was my fault. I could admit to when I've made a mistake, and I can be a man of my word. My I was put here. I was given a second chance at life to protect Daphne and all that she cares about. I have no intention of putting anybody in danger intentionally or messing up anything intentionally. However, know that my kindness has a limit.
He steps forward. My kindness is non existent.
Good to know. But with that being said, I have nothing, absolutely nothing but respect for you, Beltane. At least of what I know of you. You've never given me any reason to believe that. You've never given me any reason to believe that I have no reason to. I have a reason to harm you or anybody that close to you, for that matter. George is a cool person. I actually like talking to him, and everybody that knows me well enough will tell you. People I care about, I'll risk my life for. If Jorah is in danger, I'll put myself in front of him as a shield. Not for you, but for Jorah. You don't have to worry about me while I'm around Jorah. Yeah, I may make some stupid decisions, I may say some stupid things, but it's never going to be intentionally for Jorah at Jorah's expense.
He considers your words for a moment before he gives a nod of his head and says, the day any mortal harms me is the day the sky will fall and collapse around you. But do have a good day, Zevran Burnhammer, captain of a ship, still afloat for now.
I'll turn around. Is the shopkeeper still there? Or was he the shopkeeper?
As you look into the shop, you see a gnomish woman kind of organizing things. And as you glance back, Beltane's gone.
She didn't hear it all that whole exchange, did she? I would hope not.
You're not sure.
Alright. I'll approach her and just kneel down. Hi miss. So, sorry. I was hoping you can point me in the direction of the nearest blacksmith.
She turns to you and adjusts her glasses on her face and she squints at you. Well, I think the nearest blacksmith is actually half a block from here if you take a right hand turn.
Thank you kindly. And I'll toss her a gold piece for the information. And I'll save the blacksmith for later. I've wasted enough time looking for it, and I'll start making
Okay.
my way back towards the others.
All right. Make your way back, and eventually you all meet up again. And you go back to Jorah's parents' home. By the time you get there, your father's there, Jorah. He's sitting there with a cup of tea there. He has his glasses on, and he's reading like what looks to be a parchment. And he looks up, and he's like, "Oh, you are here. Good."
Hey, Dad.
So you'd never answer my question. Is he coming over for dinner? Your mom says he's coming over, but you didn't answer such.
Well, I haven't asked him yet, but I can certainly, yes, I can ask. I'm sure he will be.
Well, that's good, as he continues to rant, and your mother just waves him off and helps you, Daphne, get the kitchen ready.
Just gonna
Oh,
roll
yeah.
my eyes. Bloody Summer Eladrin. That's the fiery one.
I'd like to imagine that Orr somehow found a chef's hat and a big cleaver. I can help
Yeah.
with chopping.
Whoa, careful
Your
where
father takes the cleaver away from more. No, that's all right.
you.
Now
He
listen.
heads in.
I guess at this point I just make my way to the rest of everybody else and just, hey, I got veggies.
Thank you. Goes
Keep
and, like,
chopping. I'm gonna-
beelines.
Give me a. I'm gonna pat my dad on the head and wander away to do the call the boyfriend thing away from my parents.
I'm gonna gently tease the cleaver back. Don't worry.
Your
I'm
hand
pretty.
is smacked.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm pretty safe with cleavers, but if you say no, okay.
He hands you a potato peel and the onion and some potatoes. I
Oh,
want you to work on those.
okay. 2 blades are better than 1. I'll go over to the sink and start peeling.
I'll reach out with packed stuff. Hey, Beltane. You interested in a family dinner?
Of course.
Yeah. I don't think my dad likes you right now. Have you done anything to him?
I doubt fathers like anybody their children dates, but that's fair.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Well, now's our chance to win him over.
I will bring something he likes. Chocolate, I assume.
Yeah. Okay. Geared option. See you soon then.
You hear a knock on the door. I'm here.
Go over to the door. Open it. Narrow my eyes. Lean up to kiss him. Alright, and you come.
He smiles as he steps in and has a beautiful display of chocolates in a basket and sets it down in front of your father, who, absently minded, takes some and eats it and sips his tea. All right. But next time I like dark chocolate, as your father just looks to Beltane, who nods and goes to set up the dinner table for everybody.
Dad, be nice. He tried.
I am being nice.
Well, look
He
at
got
that.
some
That
good
was...
chocolate.
Yeah. It's making an effort.
Can I use prestidigitation to make the dinner area look a little more atmospheric?
Sure.
Like little floating lights are everywhere, and make it.
Well, prestidigitation is an instant thing. Little lights would be a cantrip or a
Oh, I have
dancing
one.
lights.
I have dancing lights.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I have dancing lights. I'll use dancing lights to set up a little boop 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 boop, boop. And I'll use prestidigitation as a means of It says that I can use it to make faint musical notes.
Mhm.
Can I use it to? It's a cantrip, so I can use it for up to an hour to set up the sound of music.
Yeah, you would have to constantly keep casting it for an hour because it's an instantaneous thing.
Mhm.
So you would be at this for an hour if you're keeping it up.
That's fine.
Yeah, well, let's...
So, Daphne and Jorah's mother will be serving roast goose with the side of, cornbread dressing, because any other dressing is inferior.
It really is.
It's why just have normal stuffing when it can be made out of cornbread? Roasted bacon and onion Brussels sprouts, and roasted potatoes or scalloped potatoes. So it's cheesy potatoes. It's very It's very, very American Thanksgiving / everywhere else Christmas feeling here.
I
And
need you to come and cook for me, Daphne.
You mean Val or Daphne? Listen, I don't know how to
Yes.
fucking cook. I'm gonna be legit. I don't cook. Okay, I just know what I like to eat. Someone's been with a chef for 10 years for a reason.
Yeah, I'll go and I'll kiss Daphne and my mom on the cheek. Thank you for this
I won't tell
amazing
Uncle.
spread.
They look
Or-
pleased.
Aura's gonna come up and hug all three of them. Thank you for the rub. Aura's chef's hat is gonna kind of fall into his eyes, and he's gonna kind of flick it over.
Correct that. There we go.
That?
I don't know. I found it in Jorah's old room. I hope that it's okay, Jorah.
You went through his room?
I mean, we were there. I'm sorry, Jorah. I shouldn't. And Aura's just gonna take off the hat and put it on Jorah's head.
Thanks. Yeah, no,
Why do
there's
you
probably
have
things
that?
in there you shouldn't. It's fine. Someone maybe left it.
Oh, okay. I won't tell
Oh.
Uncle.
Glances over at Beltane. I'll go get the wine, everyone.
Oh yeah. I would definitely. Let me look. Something a little earthy with all of this. This is not a white wine meal.
No.
So some good tannins in it. You know, but nothing too strong. Probably, you know, the equivalent of a Malbec or something.
Get me some ale, please.
Sure. Okay.
This is a wine dinner.
It's okay. It's all right. We're good. I'll serve up and then take a seat awkwardly beside Beltane there.
Is it visible that Jorah just looks very, very out of it right now? He looks. I don't want to say nervous because I don't think that's it.
This is like the first family meal between his partner and his parents, so he's wanting it to go well.
Okay.
So, Beltane owns his own bookstore.
Your father suspect. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Knowledge is very important in this household.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Yes.
Beltane knows lots of stuff, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. That's what drew me to him. I'm a fan of knowledge.
Beltane's probably even smarter than I am, as hard as it is to believe.
He might just be that. He might be. So, everything going well with everyone?
Yes, the group of Tiamat guards that come by every now and then are quite accommodating. And, well, I've learned actually quite a bit from them. They seem to have a weird, strange dedication to an evil goddess, but whatever. They are quite knowledgeable, and they do give me cheesy bread now and then, so I can't complain.
Well, there we go.
When you say come by, do you mean come by inside the temple?
No, we've made it specifically so that you're not allowed in the temple without guidance or, escort.
Good.
And they've been very accommodating through those requests.
They know
Well-
you guys probably have the temple on lock.
Well, I heard
It's
from
probably that.
a bird that, a little bird that maybe someone who shouldn't necessarily be going into the temple might be wanting to.
We know.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I passed that on.
Good. I just wanted to make sure.
We can only hope that they haven't been able to get what they want, but I can't imagine that this is the first time they've asked people for this knowledge.
No, we're not so much concerned about people coming into it. It's more of defacing the knowledge we do store in. And with the Everlight of Ioun so actively involved with things going on, it's through the respect he pulls that Alnarian was able to secure these guards, and she and them have been working quite well together. And I think that Marion likes the challenge of having an opposing force, as she does get to be quite bored in her post. So I think the challenge is right for her.
She's getting to flex those diplomacy muscles, huh?
Yes, and she's not been able to do that in 20 some years now, and now that she gets to do it again, she's actually more happy about it.
Well, that's that's good. Was this something that she approached to seek help, or was help offered to her? Do you know?
Well, she approached. She knows that the King's Guild leader is very well connected, and just tugged on a few strings and pulled some favors, and here we are. The initiative was all her own.
Well, that's good then, at least. Um, Especially if it is an attempt to try and protect your own borders here, given what's going on in our neighboring country.
Yes, that's what we thought.
Hmm.
And it's been proven fruitful for so far.
Good. Um, Aside from the political landscape at the moment, I don't suppose you have heard or encountered an middle-aged human male by the name of Anthony Silverhorn, have you?
Eh, not entirely, though a lot of humans have come through the library. What does he look
Lurking
like?
human male here.
I've been told he's grayed hair, beard, potentially rather strong looking, and that he has some manner of. She did tell me that he had a metal
Yeah,
companion. Yeah, so a metal contraption, an animated metal contraption that's a companion to him.
your father thinks for a moment. There was a gentleman that came in through a few days ago, was touting this strange thing. I believe he's from Cliffstrand, which is of interest to us as a whole.
Okay. Um,
One of those, he thinks for a moment, newfangled workers. The gnomes are quite interested in them.
yeah, I think she called it an artificer.
I think that's the name. It's weird. I don't know. He called this thing a robot.
Yeah, that's yeah. Well,
Robo?
I've been a robot. Yeah,
Robot.
I've been tasked with finding this gentleman for someone. Someone is looking for him.
Hmm.
Um,
After dessert, I can, fly around, see if I spot someone with gray hair.
there's an awful lot of buildings, and people are more often than not going to be indoors. But if we ask her to try and narrow the search down, a few days ago isn't too bad. If he's fairly well to do, he might be staying somewhere mid to
Yeah,
upper range. I don't know.
probably. Um, he didn't seem like an Ioun worshipper, so I don't think he'd stay in the district.
No.
He might stay in the outer districts, though.
Okay.
Well, you say he's from Cliffstrand. How many taverns, inns, places of respite are there in the city?
You see
Would I have
him
seen any
smile.
would I have seen any inns or anything like that on my trek
There's
to
so many here.
around the market district and towards the blacksmith?
There's a lot. It's
Yeah.
a city. There would be a lot, and to count them all would be somewhere between 200 and 300 alone.
Because this is it's a big city, and it's a capital city, and it's the pinnacle of a religious place. So I feel like
Wow.
tourism
Most
is
towns
probably
just have one.
It's a city. It's
Yeah.
huge.
This is yeah. This is the London of this place.
It's pretty metropolistic. Metropolitan.
But he's a particularly unique sounding gentleman, and with the metal contraption he has, he should be easy enough to start narrowing down. But we that's tomorrow us's problem, I imagine.
I can send a message through the town's guard to see if they can locate him for you.
That would be magnificent. Father, thank you.
Gonna be hard, especially have that weird thing with him.
Yeah.
What time of day is it?
It's evening.
Like, is it dark evening or is it just hitting dusk evening?
Probably just past twilight.
Yeah, so I guess if I were to go out and look, even with Mimsy, it'd be a little difficult.
Yeah.
As you have no direction as to where he is, it would take you hours to try and find him.
A message through the King's Guard first to help pinpoint a little narrower search, and then we can go look for him.
Well, if the thing that makes him stand out is this robot, it shouldn't be too hard to find that.
I mean, when
I'm
we
sure
were
they'll have seen.
Go ahead.
I'm sure they'll have seen something, so we can use this resource for information gathering and then act on what we get back.
Half the time
That's fair.
when I was trying to find people back home, we just put out the word that we were looking for them, and then they find us most of the time.
That could be a valuable action, but if he wants to be hidden, any tip-off to trying to find him might make him evade us, so.
It's true. Do you think he's trying to hide, Jorah?
Could be.
Okay.
Maybe in disguise.
Just knowing the person who's looking for him, I don't know. Discretion is key, so gathering information from people who might have seen him, and then we can go and look in the places that they offer and see if we can approach him.
Thank you for clarifying. I didn't know discretion was important.
Well, do you think he might be in disguise?
Possibly not. I'll message my contact after dinner and see what's offered up. Just in terms of, because she told me she's looking for him, and I had to try and find him for her. She was evasive at the topic of being reimbursed for this, but we have a complicated past. I'll search for some clarification information from her.
Okay. How would you want to be paid?
It's complicated. She's just evasive with it. She may well pay. So.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll look for more. But if we can get the town guard on seeking him out, that would be very useful, Father. Thank you.
Hey, Jorah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I just want to make sure we're done out of character. We're done with that topic, I'm assuming.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Out of curiosity, I've never been to Albury before. What are some sites you'd recommend?
Ooh, fighting pits. And I nudged my father. Just kidding.
Your father gives you a very pointed glare of his glasses. You're not going to the fighting pits. They are off limits.
Yeah. Very illegal.
How do you even know about the fighting pits?
People talk. I'm young.
Who's stealing these things to you? I need to talk to them.
It's fine.
Zeph will kind of.
We're good. I would never compete in one. I mean, if you've seen me, I would.
Insight check.
You can insight check.
Your father just gives you a glare as your mother's like, well, fighting
Natural
pits
20.
sound neat.
Jorah has not fought in them. He has not fought in them. He's not lying. He's spectated, but he didn't fight. That the library is obviously beautiful. The temple that my mother works at is gorgeous. It's a part of the woodland. It's nice if you're into that sort of peaceful Zen kind of thing. There's a whole shopping district. Well, different types of shopping districts. There are multiple shopping districts depending on what you were looking for. There's a part of ramparts where you get a really beautiful view out towards the coastline. It's gorgeous. And a lot of bars that I have frequented for performing in. Father.
Father nods as Vilchin just chuckles, sipping his wine.
Yes, me and Belty may have spent a night in the brothel as well, but I ain't mentioning those right now.
But
so yeah.
um, your dinner goes off without a hitch, and
Mm.
you and your mother and your father's relax over the evening and open up a bit more. Your father's a very chill man once he gets to know people, and he seems to take a liking to Beltane once he's had a few wines in him.
Okay.
And as they start to clean up, Beltane's like, "No, let me," as he takes everything in and starts cleaning the table.
See, Mum, look at this.
No, I had no doubts about your taste in people. It was your father's doing.
Yeah, well, he's naturally guarded. That's all right. I'm just glad that this has been an opportunity to prove otherwise.
Or is
Well,
gonna, sorry,
no, go ahead.
or is gonna go over to the sink and start taking the dishes that Beltane's taking through. He might surreptitiously eat some of the scraps off a plate as Or does before washing them and drying them.
Beltane doesn't seem to mind and then sets some potatoes aside for you to eat and says, "Try it with this," and puts a little bit of thyme and garlic butter on it.
I cannot get enough of that girl's cooking.
You're tampering with Daphne's recipe.
Well, here's the thing. I tend to keep my recipes pretty average as far as like spice wise, so that people can add as they will. Because
Customize.
Daphne likes a lot of hot sauce, but not everyone believes that hot sauce is just that food is just a shovel for hot sauce into your body. But it is. And that's how Daphne views food. But not everyone views it that way. So I understand.
I'll
And
take
thyme
them.
and garlic butter is a nice compliment to potatoes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Sometime.
I'll pop outside while people are trying and what have you. And send a message off to Lucy using sending.
Okay.
Hi, Lucy. In Olivery, hoping for more information on this person you're looking for. Why do you want him? What do you need me to do when I do find him? Details preferable.
There's a pause, and you hear, "Just tell him that Lucy sends her regards, and I will meet him at the fountain."
Okay. That's easy. Am I getting paid?
By him.
Okay.
That doesn't sound at all ominous.
Alright, thanks, Lucy. Hope you're doing well. I'll beckon for Beltane to come and sit outside with me so we can sit on the back porch.
Can I find Daphne when she's by herself?
Beltane does sit beside you, Jorah, and he just holds your hand and wraps his arms around you as you watch the night sky. But yes, Daphne,
Yeah, you'll
wherever
probably
you are.
Yeah, you'll probably catch Daphne. She cooked, so she's not cleaning. But she is definitely at least helps like clear the table and has put stuff away, and is probably just Daphne is early to bed, early to rise, so she's probably kind of where the guest rooms would be, going through her stuff.
I just You know that whole business at the border, right?
Right.
I am sincerely sorry that I got us all into that mess. I didn't
Yeah, I know. I believed you. Have I given off any kind of impression that I didn't?
I want to make my intentions clear that I would never put any of you in danger intentionally.
Okay.
I'm here to protect, if anything else.
How about let's stop using the protect word. Because I am capable of taking care of myself, and I protected myself for 30 something years. So, how about we instead go with you are here as support?
That's primarily what I meant.
There we go. So, yes,
Um,
you have been a
but
decent support so far. You picked out a fantastic onion.
glad I can provide. Um, but I just want to make it. I really feel bad that I got us into that mess because of my own hubris and my own
Well, everyone has humbling moments. We'll consider that one of yours. I accept your apology, and listen, like, if you want to avoid such things in the future, I'm just saying maybe don't try to fool people, right in front of their eyes, unless you're very good at hiding it. Um, and we are a team, and we make team decisions, and sometimes it's just good to inquire with all of us before we just execute plans that could possibly put us into prison. Sound good?
sounds good.
All right, dope.
That being said, dinner was great tonight.
I know.
Humble. Okay.
I mean, what's the point of humbling something that I'm quite aware of? Like, I'm not. Oh no, my food was awful. I didn't do it right. There was just not enough stock in that dressing. I don't do that shit, okay? Like, I know
No.
my food is good, and if it's not good, then I expect someone to say something.
Just keep an eye out because I'm still not 100% sure that we're out of the clear.
Always. I literally had assassins at me. I got my eyes. Listen, there's lots of eyes, and I am. Oof.
You have a cloak of eyes?
I also have an amulet of non-detection on me.
Okay, that was good to know. I didn't need to know that, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So if someone is looking for me very specifically, it's hard. The rest of you, on the other hand, which is why y'all need to keep your cool more than I need to keep my cool. I keep my cool just fine. That's a lie. I keep my cool okay sometimes. If I have Jorah there to support me.
I was gonna say you have your moments.
Well, usually those moments come in frantic times, but like I said, I got my boy there, and he's been pretty good complimenting what I lack, and vice versa. He can't cook
And vice
shit.
versa. Disaster gaze indeed.
Exactly. Though I will have to say I'm very interested in these Dragonborns that are just coming around, and I think I'm gonna get a real early morning so I can go find the shiny one.
This is going to end so greatly. If you do, just take Mimsy with you, please.
It's not like you let him leave.
Just make sure that Mimsy's with you in case something goes wrong.
Please bring Mimsy with you, Daphne, to make me feel better about my job.
Please take Mimsy with you to help me feel better about my job, indeed.
Well, of course, honey. I don't want you to feel bad or inadequate.
Alright. Go get some rest.
Yeah, good night. Bye.
You worked hard today.
Yeah, I did. Daphne is gonna go to bed.
Okay. So, anything else before you rest? Jorah, you are with Beltane, so you can spend the night with him wherever you wish. Or are you doing anything?
Mine.
What? I thought you said Beltane. Are you talking to me?
Said,
Said,
or
are you
are
doing
you
anything?
doing anything?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said sorry, Jorah or Beltane. Yes. Um, yeah. Or is Jorah, Mr. Adon, Mrs. Adon, is it okay if I go just out for a minute? I'm gonna go to the market. I need some supplies.
The markets are closed now, dear. It's
Oh,
nighttime.
there's no night market?
Not in this part of the city, no.
This isn't Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go shopping in the morning.
Okay.
I'll go with you. I'll go with you. I have to find a blacksmith anyway.
Sounds good. Well, I guess I'll be turning in tonight.
Alright. Yeah, Jorah's just gonna be enjoying the evening air with a glass of wine with Beltane and then bring him up to his room. Just look at his dad like, don't you dare say anything, Dad.
Your father just watches the both of you go to your room and goes back to his tea. Anything Zev's doing before he goes to bed?
I want to approach Jorah's dad and just simply let him know that he has nothing to worry about. Beltane's an upstanding individual, and he would never put Jorah in danger for any reason.
Just
Yeah,
saying,
nothing
if
to
I
worry
was
about.
somebody's dad and their friend about their son's boyfriend came up to me and said, "You have nothing to worry about," I'd instantly be super worried.
Mr. Adon looks at you, takes off his glasses and sets them down, and takes you.
I'm not allowed to look at. Just throwing that out there.
He weighs you carefully and thinks before he speaks and says, I trust my son. I don't worry about it. There are many things horrible in this world, but my son's choices and decisiveness has never been one. As aloof as he is, he gets that from his mother. But I do not doubt the partners my son takes. And besides, there's more ways to bury an archfey beneath the earth than one. He puts his glasses back on, turns back to what he's reading, and sips
Wait,
his tea.
Does that? Because Zev and Smokey have a bit of a shock on their face. What? Did he already walk off? Because I wanted to insight check that.
He walked off.
Oh, frick.
Listen, if anyone hurts their boy, you better believe they're gonna bury them.
I was just curious if he knew that I was part Archfey at that point.
You're not part Archfey, you're
Well,
a
not part
warlock to
Archfey, but I'm touched by the Fey.
Yeah. He just knows Beltane's an Archfey.
Oh, okay.
How the heck did he manage to know that?
That's a good question.
Smart man.
I was very honest with his parents.
At that
And
point,
Jorah told
I'll
him,
just,
and Beltane told him, so.
Oh, fair.
I'll just trance.
Okay. So the evening sky pierces the city around you. Darkness rolls in like a velvet blanket, sparkling the night sky with glittering diamonds that you know to be the constellations, and a ever-present moon always circling overhead, followed by three others. As the night wanes and the morning arrives in a soft gray-pink overcast day, the sun peeking between the horizon and the clouds, the day is yours as you've gained a long rest.
That was a beautiful
Daphne.
description.
Daphne's gonna be out early. In the streets, in the market, looking to see if she sees any of these scaly boys and girls wandering about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make me a perception check.
Cool. I'm really good at those.
You think four would have gotten up at the same time and been off with you?
Yeah, and I probably would have gone with Laura to the markets.
Well, I'm asking mostly.
I mean, my passive is a 16. Can I just use that?
Did you get a natural one?
Yes. So that would have been a 7 on the roll.
Yeah. Passive is more for you to notice people sneaking on you.
I know.
And investigation and short chops. And well, it's not even with a nat 1 because it's
A 7.
It's a 7. Well, a failure. It's not a battle failure.
Yeah.
It sucks still, but you know. So with a 7 with a nat 1. It actually takes you the better part of 3 hours to notice any of these Dragonborn milling about. But when you do spot one, you do see a vibrant blue Dragonborn with the vestments of white and black on their color coordination, on their uniform. There we go. And they seem to be asking for some apples from a fruit seller, and they just seem to be having a gentle conversation. And they are big Dragonborn. They are well built and full plate armor. Once again, these Dragonborns do have tails, because I always like the fact Dragonborns have tails. Fuck the original lore.
I like Dragonborn too. I'm gonna kind of like...
They seem to be weighing the apples and picking the best one, and they buy something and start to turn away.
As they start to turn away, I'm gonna conveniently drop something and gasp and go, whoops! And I'm just gonna bend over in front of them to pick it
Are you
up
trying to
very
bend and snap them? Val, are you trying to hit them with the bend and snap?
Yes. Absolutely. Daphne's not good at this, okay?
As you do that, they take notice and help you gather up things and help you up. And it's like, you're right.
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't you know what? These are new shoes, and there's like they're just slightly too big, so I kind of caught the corner of the sidewalk here, and my onions just went tussling. But thank goodness that you were here to help me pick them up.
She smiles and nods and hands you back your bag. I hope you are all right. I've got to get back to my post, but she waves her hands. Have a good day.
You too. Wow, you are just gorgeous. Bye.
She pauses, and you can see little darkening spots of purple on her cheeks as she just smiles and gives you a nod. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Give it.
Sorry, what? I'm visiting, but I've been here before. I don't mean to keep you. What's your name?
Oh, they just call me Devin.
Devin. Oh, that is a great name. You have such a sweet voice for someone so big and strong. Oh, my name is Daphne. I did not mean to be rude. How long are you in town for?
Oh, until we are called back to Tiamat, and probably for a few weeks yet, because we are kind of a city patrol at the moment. But yeah, a few weeks from what I'm told. I know I have a soft voice because I don't generally yell at people. I just kind of, she holds out her hands and you see lightning crackling in her clawed hands.
Ooh, so sparkly.
Yeah, I don't really use the dragon's breath. She kind of rolls her eyes. I just kind of like casting it from my hand because it hurts my throat to breathe it out, you know?
Oh,
and then I have
can
to get
imagine.
cough drops, and, you know, I just don't like it.
And the sucking on lozenges all day sounds like an
Right?
awful time. I'm not a fan of sucking on things either. So Well,
That's
if
a shame.
um, I can be persuaded. But if well, I guess I'll see you around there. Um, Devin, Daphne, where are you posted at?
Oh, I'm at the Eastern Gate. I like it there because the sun doesn't always, get in my eyes, and it has a nice shady tree over there, so I like
Oh
being
yeah,
over
if you're
there.
in the west, the evening would just get awful.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
don't want to do that, especially in the summertime. Um, or spring, early summer. It's just gonna keep getting hotter and hotter, and I just start fanning myself and hotter. Like, but anyway, I really hope you are so good at picking up onions. I hope you get to pick up my onions one day again. Bye, and I'm gonna leave.
I
She
never
waves
thought
as
Jorah
I'd
you
would be
leave.
so proud. Jorah
I
would be
never
so
thought I'd
proud.
see the day when a dragonborn gave a half elf the vapors.
You weren't here for the last Dragonborn.
Yeah. And that big buff drow lady, remember?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you weren't here for the last Dragonborn. Daphne accepts Dragonborns in all genders. It's it's she so that yeah, she's polysexual when it comes to Dragonborn. But
I
yeah.
like to think that Jorah just kind of like in his bed in the morning, just kind of lifts his head and goes, "I feel like I should be proud of something." Mm.
I'm gonna cherish this onion.
But as you deal with your onion crisis, uh, March, or excuse me, and Zev, you can head out into the markets if you wish.
I guess I'll be carrying or on my back in the usual fashion that we mess around in.
Giddy up!
Only for you, buddy.
Aura smiles. I like you, buddy. Um,
Um,
I'm looking for a chisel and a hammer and maybe some small bits of stone.
oh, I guess we're heading to the same place then, the blacksmith.
Sure.
Um, would I remember the directions to the shop where I got the information from? And have
Yeah, but
encountered with...
as you are in a different location as to where those directions were given, you need to find a different route.
Oh,
I'm gonna look for a big plume of smoke in the sky, because if a blacksmith is forging, there must be some exhaust.
that's actually a good idea. I'll look for the same.
Roll a perception.
Both of
Okay.
us.
22.
13.
Thing about cities is there are a lot of chimneys.
There are.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that.
And a lot of chimneys are currently
Smoldering.
on.
Yeah, it could be a bakery for all we know, or a crematorium.
Yes.
Uh,
Very morbid, but yes.
It will take you a while to find a blacksmith, but once you do, you find one kind of in the merchants district, kind of about a half mile from where you are.
Just wait. I think I smell sulfur.
Okay, I'll lead in the direction that that ore smells sulfur in.
Okay. The beautifully lined stone streets are kind of giving way to a more patternized rainbow style, fan style decorated street, and the lanes become a bit straighter and more well defined as this part of the city seems to be more inclined for quick delivery, as straight roads allow for quicker delivery, and more well maintained streets allow for even better delivery. And as you approach, you do see a blacksmith kind of halfway down the street, currently offloading goods into their shop.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Blacksmith, sir.
As you approach them, you see an orcish woman with a
Oh.
hammer in her hand.
Ma'am, I am so sorry.
I made that same mistake yesterday, or...
Why don't we start again? Are you a blacksmith?
Her eyes narrow. Nah, I'm a baker.
Oh,
She's joking,
would
or
you know?
she's joking.
Oh, oh, I see. I'm sorry I didn't laugh. I'm just a little, bird brain sometimes in the morning. Well, I'm looking for a little bit of um, a chisel, something that I can carve stone with, and maybe a hammer that I can hit the chisel with. Would you make something like that?
You
Or
could
do you
go to
have
the
anything like that on hand?
masonaries.
Oh, right. That would be a good place to go.
Yeah, the mason's just 2 stores down if you need them.
I'll be right back, Zev. Or goes over to the masons.
Sounds good, buddy. I was hoping that you might be able to work on something for me, if not possible, if possible, madam.
Yeah.
You seem, you seem, you seem like the type of person I can be casual with. Do you mind if I ask your name?
She tilts her head back. Zarya.
Well, Zarya, it's a pleasure to meet. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Zavarian. I have. I'll pull out my quarterstaff. I have this quarterstaff that I was hoping you might be able to transplant my spell focus into, if possible. I would do it myself, but I don't have the tools.
I'm not a spell creator. I create weapons. You need an enchanter. I do smithery. You need
Well,
enchantment
that's
for that stuff.
oh, I well my quarterstaff is metal, so I figured that she might be able to implant the crystal ball into it by using like a smelting tool or something like that.
Yeah, could give it a try if you want me to break your focus, but I'm a smith, not a spellcaster.
Understandable. I figured that a blacksmith might be the person I was looking for. Can I take a look around the shop and see if what's available?
By all means, if you need an enchanter, there's one 3 blocks down. He's pretty good at what he does.
Good to know. Um, I'll take a look around the store. What's available?
Um, what you can see is daggers, swords, what looks to be a shield that's being currently mated and shifted into a stronger reinforced type. Um, you see some cast molds of what looks to be metal castings of amulets to Ayun, and that's about it.
Do the daggers look decorative in any way? Or are they primarily used for, dagger?
There just seems to be simple daggers. Like she said, she's not an enchanter. She doesn't create magical weapons.
Well, what I mean is like do the daggers look like they're just used for fighting? They're not that like decorative or anything.
Yeah, they're just fighting daggers.
Anything that does look decorative in the store?
Roll perception.
21?
Not really. She seems to be more of a supply blacksmith rather than an enchanting or fancy design. She is more of quick efficiency, easily ready to go sort of blacksmith.
Um, I'll approach the daggers. Um, these daggers look really well done. Steel, I'm assuming.
Iron.
Iron? Really well done. How much for the set?
She looks to him. We sell 2 for 50.
50 gold?
Yeah.
Hmm. Um,
If you want one, it's 25.
I want to try to haggle the price down a bit.
Sure.
Is there any way I can bring that 25 gold down to 15?
She looks to you. Maybe.
Let me see what I have on my person that I can possibly trade. I have a jar of mystery food that Daphne prepared for us before we left her house. And I will place it on the countertop.
She gives it a look and gives you a look. Yeah.
Well, it was worth a try. Is there anything that you need done that would help? That would possibly knock this price down a little?
She looks over to the cart she was offloading. Get that stuff in my shop, and I'll give it to you for 15.
Oh, that's simple enough. I can do that.
She nods and goes back to her work, hammering away at a sword she was working on.
Okay. And I'll start working on bringing the stuff in.
Sure. Roll a strength check.
Do I get advantage because Minotaur?
Unless it's stipulated in your race or class, no.
Let me look.
Do you have? Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have powerful build?
I do get powerful build.
Then it's a strength check.
15.
That's good enough. You're able to carry these things in over the next hour. There's a lot of packages there.
Okay, no worries.
Okay. And or over at the Mason building, you are given your chisel, hammer, and some stone to work with at the cost of about 10 gold.
Sounds good.
The stone seems to be more of they're just pulling it from a quarry, so there seems to be a lot of extra stone they don't need or use.
Just some milled stone, yeah. Anything good. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. If you ever happen to see a chisel with an emblem of a dual lance that is sold to you by some mean guards with some red eyes, well, enjoy it well and know that it used to be mine. Yeah, it used to be a mine. Anyway, have a good day. Thank you for the supplies.
They wave as you go, and you've got your chisel, stone, and hammer.
Perfect.
And Zev, you get your dagger for 15 gold.
Sounds good. 15 minus 77, that's 62 or 52?
62.
Or do I meet it back up with Or at this point?
I think Or would have departed before you unless you're specifically staying there, Or.
I probably would have gone back to meet Zev or something like that.
All right. You mind fancying a trip to the Enchanter?
I'll follow. You know where Daphne is?
Daphne went to go look at Dragonborns.
Ooh, maybe we'll meet her along the way.
Maybe. I'll send a message through Mimsy to Daphne. Daphne, you haven't been eaten yet, have you? Alright. We'll make our way to the Enchanter.
Okay. As you go to the Enchanter, a few hours back, Beltane is with you, Jorah.
We slept in.
Mm-hmm. My sister and Ezra.
Yeah. Well. Yes, like your sister and Ezra. Sleeping in. Good old silent spell. Thanks for dealing with that stuff earlier.
Cleaning a kitchen's not that hard.
Oh, I meant at the border. Thanks for doing the dishes, though. Get you good points.
As a point of clarity, Or did the dishes.
Yeah. It's fine. It's what I do. It's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, true. True. You didn't have to, though.
No.
No. I am a little concerned about the attention it has perhaps put on us from the people within Dragonwall, given the nature that they seem to be operating under now. And the fact that they were asking the pair of them about Oliberry specifically suggests to me that they have some awareness of our connections here. So I'm concerned. I I don't know if there is anything you could suggest or perhaps offer to protect me from those influences of prying eyes and minds.
He reaches over into his bag and pulls out what looks to be a rowan branch and hands it to you. So you can go undetected.
Thank you.
Thought it was a bit cheeky to use a rowan branch, but you know.
It's on the nose, sure, but thank you.
He smiles and kisses the top of your head. Well, you better get ready for the day.
Yeah, I guess. Gotta go person hunting. I wonder if Dad's passed on the message to the guards yet.
Probably. Your father's rather efficient.
He is. I did not get that from him. I mean, I get the job done, sure, but take the scenic route together usually. Anyway, I know you're busy, so you probably have to go.
I do, unfortunately.
Oh, it's nice to get tonight together.
Do update me on things when they appear or are finished, because I'm interested in this strange man
Yeah.
bringing strange things.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of curiosities going on around us, I feel. I'll keep you updated.
Thank you.
Yeah. Your eyes and ears.
He pats your cheeks and then strokes his thumb across it before it's, have fun today.
I will. You too. Try to.
He laughs as he kisses your head once more and vanishes from your side.
Yep. I'll stretch and get myself dressed and head down. And be like, where is everyone? Daphne! Here. Alright, I came down, everyone's gone. Like, we've got shit to do.
Would we be just getting back at this point?
This happened in the morning, so
Mm-hmm.
it was why you were gone.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So, how much would it take to get my focus implanted into my staff?
All in all, it would probably cost you around 40 gold with the enchanter's ability to do it that day.
Okay. I'll pay that.
He fixes your staff up and bids you adieu.
Thank you. We'll make our way toward. Wait, I'll send a message through Mimsy. Daphne, where are you?
I'm going back to Jorah's house.
Okay, we'll meet you there.
Okay.
KK.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Thanks, bye.
Okay, thanks, bye. And yeah, Daphne, after her excursion and just, essentially getting general, like, perishable supplies to make on the road again, or whatever, she's gonna just go back to the house.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
You go back to the house, and as you all reconvene together, we'll end it there for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And see what brings on to the next time.
Okay.
Woo! We're going
All right.
searching for an old man and his robot.
his robot. All right.
Yeah.
So, thank you everybody for coming and showing up. It was great. I had a great time. I got onions.
And they went at Thessalon.
Yes, GG everyone. So the rest of the week, as far as things are going on, you can catch the next show will be Saturday morning, where we're playing the Skies of Emberwind, the Skies of Axia, which is our Emberwind campaign. Be sure you tune into that because we are doing a huge giveaway during the stream. You don't know when it's going to happen, where we're giving away essentially all of the supplements, so the Hero's Manual, the 2 main adventures, and a vignette. So it's a really big giveaway that was given to us by the devs of the game. So if you're interested in learning a very cool system that is very reminiscent of Final Fantasy XII as far as the world goes, I totally recommend coming by and watching and doing that game. And then, yeah, as far as the rest goes, you can see us back here on Saturday and Thursdays with, no Wednesday show anymore. You can see us back here next Thursday. And of course in 2 weeks is the big old Extra Life week. So we got stuff going. But yeah, that's the channel. Everybody else, where can we find you on the internet and all of that great stuff? Smokey, go ahead. Start us off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Smokey Dixby. I am the Gaming Malamut here on the Twitch platform. I will be going live later on tonight with the Crown Tundra DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'll be premiering that, and this Saturday I will be starting my first big project, which is Pokemon. I will be playing Pokemon Let's Go Eevee come to completion, and you can find me on Sunday playing, I hope, Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, our Worlds Apart campaign. Otherwise, I might be playing Carbon 2185 for another week. Over on Keel's Little Monsters channel. And you can always reach me on Twitter if you ever want to talk, and Discord and the like. But yeah.
Yep. Hi everyone. I am Emma, or Hamalu on the internet. You can find me at Hamalu on Twitter. You will find me here every Thursday, being Jorah. Every Sunday morning, I guess, for Americans. I'm over at Nexus Adventures playing my Moon Elf Druid on the Hype Goblin channel. Eventually I'll be back here GMing as well for Dragon Age Season 2. Stay tuned for those announcements. And I will also be here for Extra Life, running a game on the Friday, which is a Honey Heist skin for dinosaurs. But you should check out all the games, obviously, because Extra Life, support those kids. And that's me.
Nice. Well, hello, friends. My name is Martin, or Pink Bun. I'm only in this stream game, but that will hopefully soon change. And I guess there's nothing else for me to plug, except my 3D printed mini of a goblin. It's definitely not going to show up. Oh, come on!
Are you playing in Extra Life?
Oh yeah. I have that was what I was thinking about. Mutant Year Zero, Thursday morning of the Extra Life week. At least
It's definitely a Sunday morning.
It's a Sunday. Okay, I am changing my calendar.
It's definitely a Sunday
on
morning.
a Sunday morning. Okay. Yeah, changing by. Oh yeah, it is a Sunday morning, the 8th. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, Sunday morning of Extra Life, we're playing some Mutant Year Zero, and I am so pumped. I'm excited for all the doggos. And that's me.
Yeah.
And I am Jen. I am the DM of this world, and I will be here Thursdays continuing this wonderful campaign. And you can find me um, over at the Hype Goblins channel on Sundays, where I do play Anthony Silverhorn, the Artificer Barbarian, who has gone through some changes, good changes in my opinion. Um, Once a month, I am over at the Indoors Adventures channel, where I play Beltane Hawthorne, the mobster fae, to Lilith, the mobster woman who controls the city, and we have lots of fun going through a unique and wonderful world. And I think that's me for the online gigs. But if you want to find me on Twitter, I am LaughMakerD&D.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We're going to go ahead and bring us over to my good friend, our good friend, Winnie Mitchie. It looks like she's playing some Fall Guys. Big friend of the channel, casted on our other shows. So let's go say hello to her and give her some dinos. All right. Bye, everyone.